once again that annual time of the year where we learn who is truly Grade 1 as New Japan Pro Wrestling brings to us the monthly-long marathon of strong style. That is the G1 Climax. Welcome everybody to some episodes once again, and welcome into our retro watch-along coverage of opening day for this year's G1 Climax 36, brought to us by New Japan Pro Wrestling. So hello everybody, and welcome back in here once again to the Super Lab Studios, of course in conjunction with Batty for Wrestling, and of course the men's brand, Yoshinion Pro Wrestling experts and lovers. Thank you all for tuning in, whether live or on demand. Please subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, Super Chat, PayPal, the past simple as that. Please remain hashtag spoiler3, and we will bond you. That being said, Ash, Yoligachivash, hello, my friend. Are you ready once again to engage in G1 Climax?
Oh my God. Let me tell you guys this. If you are to watch this tournament from beginning to end, you have to plan this out. You have to at least, if you fall behind, at least make 2 hours of your day to keep up. That's what I had to do in 2012. Or not 2012, 2018. I wish I knew about this in 2012. Goddamn.
Yeah, right? As, of course, we go inside where it was held inside a capacity-loaded now arena, standing room only, as we get ready for our opening contest. Again, everybody, welcome into the G1 Climax. As, of course, the face of Fury, bringing the Mana, takes on the never openweight champion, Aaron Wolf, in our opening match. We are going to get right down into it, because in New Japan, we don't waste time. And shout out to Chris Charlton and, of course, Walker Stewart and Vader Scott, the English voices for New Japan Pro Wrestling. And honestly, the Japanese professional wrestling scene. And again, I hope everyone enjoys tuning in, including my great friend Sandy. Hey, Sandy. So great to have you as always here. She has us on during the Braves are playing. And it's sure to be quite a day across all forms of sports, as, of course, the Football League is still going in the World Series. And there you see a gold-loaded HENARE. Of course, one half of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Ash, and 1/3 of the never openweight six-man champions, as well as the champion for one promotion in his own native land.
Oh, nice. He's a New Zealand champion. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. And, of course, HENARE, no stranger to G1 Climax. Experience will definitely be on his side. But also, as we talked about, this is 2 years of mana, pent-up frustration and revenge. He's been waiting to dish out on New Japan due to the circumstance that took him out of action indefinitely when he nearly concussed himself into post-mortem.
Yeah, that was crazy. Did you I think the first time I saw HENARE was G1 Climax. I think it was 32 when there was 4 blocks.
That is correct.
Oh my God, that match he and Mikey had was ridiculous.
Yeah, Mikey busted himself open in that freaking fade to your point.
I'm surprised Mikey hasn't gone singles yet, because he would work so well in the never open weight division.
This will also be HENARE's 4th G1 Climax. Of course, he was out last year due to injury, but for Aaron Wolf, this is his very first G1 Climax. Of course, former multi-discipline accomplished Dujokin, who left that background for professional wrestling, endorsed by Hiroshi Tanahashi, and regained the Neverweight Championship very recently against Ren Narita at Dominion. But now he has to take on the face of Fury. I don't know necessarily if a judo prepares you for somebody like HENARE.
Yeah, because HENARE is he is like a big power guy. So Aaron will have to try to find ways to just slow him down and work at his pace.
And, of course, not the first time we've seen people, of course, cross-breeded in the world of professional sports out of the G1 Climax. Not something like this since the year 2000, I think, we had, of course. And we talked about, again, the statistics when it comes to G1 Climax and how well it plays and doesn't play in favor for certain people based on experience or based on accomplishment. Whether or not you previously won this, you come in as champion, or you come into this for the first time. And if nothing else, you could definitely play spoiler. And I think, like we talked about, Ash, when it comes to the A block, we talked about those that are the namesakes. And for the B block, we talked about, of course, those that could be potential in what they offer. Of course, in the B block, HENARE and Aaron Wolf are both there as part of the blue, the red block, of course, the A block folks. And we'll talk more about that as that continues. Ash, before we get underway, why don't you remind people how the scores break down G1 Climax and these matches that are a 30-minute time limit?
So very similar to the Continental Classic, you earn points by winning via submission or pinfall, and by doing so, you earn 2 points. However, in the event of a countout, each participant gets 1 point.
First time singles matchup in the world is buzzing as these two men lock it up in the middle of the ring. And of course, we have so much to talk about here. To your point, 9 matches on tap here in this watch along, folks. And again, we'll keep you posted throughout G1 Climax as we will bring another back bracket breakdown. Prior, of course, to the final day, we'll be back here covering the final day. And based on timing, who knows, you might get a different day in between. But stay tuned along with us here at the Set Up Studios. We keep you up to date with all forms and all things professional wrestling. And shout out to the GCW contingency, who are currently going to be coming GCW here very soon as part of Set Up Studios, as we look to be your one-stop spot for all reliable professional wrestling coverage. Looks like we got a test of wills here right now as HENARE is asking Aaron Wolf to come off the ropes, and both these men locking horns and driving their shoulders into each other. That's the definition of strong style here. And Aaron Wolf, whoa!
And that's exactly what that never open weight division is all about. The embodiment of like the traditional strong style wrestling that Japan is known for.
The BNF title, as I like to call it. Knife Edge Chop. Aaron Wolf, of course. Aaron Wolf now holds that legacy as a now 2-time neverweight champion. A title that the likes of HENARE is very familiar with, saying that he literally became a professional wrestler, seeing the likes of course, Tomoyoshi Ii, and the definition of strong style that Ishii offered, both in and out as a neverweight champion. Ishii, one of the biggest inspirations to HENARE become a professional wrestler. And of course, the Neverweight Championship was one of the very first accolades that HENARE wanted to achieve in his professional wrestling career, and has done so. And just pushing Aaron Wolf right now, you see him down on the floor, clutching that left shoulder.
And speaking of the Never Openweight title, one of the people who are synonymous with that title is Hirooki Goto.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, that title was originally made for young athletes, 30 years and under, to hone in the potential, and just became a title that was about literally living life to the fullest. Covered now by HENARE, gets a 2 count. You literally put your own being on the line, channeling something you didn't know you have, and willing to die for something that you believed in. That's what the Neverweight Championship truly has represented when you think about the likes of Yuji Nagata, the Unchained Gorilla, of course, Minami, figured about freaking Minami Takanishi, Togemagami, there's the name we're looking for, Hirooki Goto, Tomoyoshi Ii, Katsuyori Shibata, Goto, to your point, Shiga Takagi, the list goes on and on. And of course, Konosuke Takeshita.
Yeah, there's a who's who of names in that title, like for that championship, but they all have one thing in common. That fighting spirit style.
And Uranagi by Aaron Wolf creating separation right now. And again, he's feeling the monarch here that HENARE has been dishing out against him, unable to capitalize by creating separation.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
that's one way to possibly slow down the pace and regain the upper hand.
Well, you gotta find some way to neutralize the face of Fury when he's all gas, no brakes, coming at you fast and furious. Hard arch in the corner, Aaron Wolf on the move, big clothesline, almost took HENARE up and over. For those that don't know, by the way, New Japan has a 20 count on the outside of the ring. Nice snap German. And so far, Aaron Wolf in the driver's seat, following up, dropping the elbow to the heart of HENARE. Into the cover, hook of the far leg, side press, and gets a 2 count. It's not only the fact that, again, we talk about just the spirit of the Neverweight Championship, but also the will and the testament of every participant in the G1 Climax. Again, this is unfamiliar territory for Aaron Wolf, but this, as we talked about, Ash, is a month-long marathon where you have to endure the punishment and carry it.
Mm-hmm. Because there is no, like, you only get, like one break in between, and that's it.
Maybe 1 to 2 days between traveling in different parts of Japan. Oh! Damn.
And the G1 Climax is the ultimate endurance test for pro wrestlers.
Yeah, it's not just the physical toll, it's the mental toll, it's the buildings, it's the travel, it's the insane heat. And right now, they're here in America, of course, opening day, G1 Climax, now Arena in the Windy City, Chicago. Then the rest of the tournament will be strictly in throughout Japan.
It is crazy hot up here in Winnipeg, by the way, because
I
can only imagine what it's like. What was it like last night in Chicago?
Yeah, about to say, I'll tell you right now, we got a 100-degree heat index coming Wednesday, and it's already in the 80s here today. But right now, Aaron Wolf is feeling the heat of battle against HENARE. Both these men squaring up in the middle of the ring. Again, for Aaron Wolf, he needs to prove something to everybody, not only in New Japan, but everybody in the professional wrestling business that follows New Japan, what the Limelight represents. I feel that Aaron Wolf has the biggest test against him more than anyone else in this entire field, despite the fact we got other first-time participants in the G1, because he is the newest person on the roster with little to no experience in this environment. But he does know how to endure tournaments. He knows how to prepare for them. Oh, what a body shot. And he does know how to win them, but this is not judo. And right now, look for the full Nelson.
This is a completely different combat sport with many different disciplines, and it can be quite the challenge combining the two together.
Great for the Aaron Wolf.
But
right now, you see that background.
Yeah, looks like Aaron Wolf right now is using that background to his advantage, and that's what he needs to do.
Well, again, thanks to judo, he knows how to displace his weight. He knows how to find leverage. He knows how to take over his opponent for a takedown, and that's been playing in his favor. Now hoisted up. Oh, fight with Fossey looking for me to slam. But full Nelson applied right now by HENARE. Got Ultimo locked in right now, center of the ring. All that pressure right now on the shoulder blades and the head and neck, bringing Aaron Wolf down to his knee. And of course, we have to be on the lookout when the announcer gives us the time cues for this match. As you pointed out, 30-minute time limit. If this goes to a draw, each man will get 1 point. And I would think for opening day, you don't want to start going the distance. You probably want to literally reserve yourself, get a quick win, and think about what's next. And these two are literally saying the pace, not only for tonight, but for both their own G1 climaxes.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to go like fast right out the gate, or do you want to go slow and steady? Because especially with like how long these this tournament is.
Oh man! Catching HENARE on the run and with another vicious power slam. And this actually continues to roll on hot and furious here in our opening contest here. Of course, Aaron Wolf also trained by the likes of Blue Justice, Yuji Nagata, who surprisingly has yet to retire, unlike Tiger Mask, who just literally retired a week ago. Thank you so much to Tiger Mask. Arigato. Of course, he will still be, of course, part of the New Japan Dojo, guiding the future. Mm-hmm. Looking for the vertical slam again, and HENARE able to escape. Knife edge chop, though, and again, Aaron Wolf just teeing off and asking for HENARE to bring it. We got to be pretty close, I would think, to maybe the 10-minute mark, I would think.
I'd say I'd give it so yeah. I'm sorry. When I watch the wrestling matches, I don't keep track of the time. It's just
not me neither. But I'm just thinking right now. Again, you figure about the endurance that these two are facing right now. Test your will in the shot fest, and I think Aaron Wolf is testing himself in a battle he's not used to. No. And I don't think he can win. Now up and down by HENARE. Combination here. And Aaron HENARE. Oh God! They may not stay any longer after that spinning back heel kick. Look for Streets of Rage. Counter. Oh! Head flat.
Oh, Jesus.
You don't have a HENARE. Oh, God.
Oy. That's really going to fire him up.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm surprised he didn't get caught with the hammerhead. Swing and a miss. HENARE on the move. And again, HENARE still on the move. Caught in the fireman's carry by Aaron Wolf. Look at the strength here with one arm. Taken down.
Wee.
Angle slam. And Wolf not done yet. Looking for the full reverse. Angle slam. Go for the counter. Aaron Wolf with the nail leg hook. And Aaron gets his first 2 points.
Oh, wow. Not bad for a first showing.
Yeah, no kidding. What a first impression as well. Pinning a former Neverweight champion, by the way, proving your valor in what those 5 letters represent, as you pointed out, current holder of the Neverweight title. Also, that is a statement win for Aaron Wolf for sure.
Very good showing. Also, even I guess it's a fine for him to win his debut G1 match because he just recently won the title, so you want to keep that momentum going. Very similar to how Oleg Boltin, when he was just recently won the Never Openweight Strong title. He won his first opening match, so I guess same booking applies for Aaron Wolf.
I guess you could say that as we go, of course, down to the official announcement here. HENARE currently left with a goose egg, and Aaron Wolf kicks off his first ever, might I add, first ever G1 Climax with 2 points. A strong start. And again, I want to thank everybody that has decided to join us here to this afternoon here in the States that are watching us across all Sleepy Lab Studios platforms, bringing you our coverage here for opening day of G1 Climax. Again, we are just getting started here, our first match in the books, and we still have 8 more Titanic matches to go here, Ash.
Mm-hmm. Boy, we are in for quite the show, aren't we?
Well, that's professional wrestling, damn it. That's also the fact of the matter is why we continue to do this. Of course, the next time we'll see Aaron Wolf and HENARE in action. HENARE will be taking on, as I look at the schedule, looks like July 19th, he'll be taking on Drew Maloney, and Aaron Wolf will be taking on Roughneck Shota Umino. And stay tuned, folks. We keep you in tune with the updated scoreboards and the next updated matches as it continues to unfold here on this evening. Again, Ash, though, Aaron Wolf, a great first impression, really rise to the occasion why he wanted to do this, why he was a major player and a major pickup and a major announcement to be joining New Japan Pro Wrestling at the start prior to Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, much needed star power for like at least for the locals anyway.
I'll give you that. All right, let's get ready for it. Oh, Lord. Well, you thought that one was hard hitting. You ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh yeah, especially with Shingo Takagi. I love how Natsupoi is starting to use Shingo Takagi's
Stuff.
Yes. Oh my god, she does it so beautifully.
And there's a reason why she is the high-speed fairy, the fairy of the Wonder World Stardom Ring. Jake Lee, though, I don't know whether he's the freaking maniacal jester. I know he's the silent jester. I don't know if this man needs to be in a straitjacket. I don't know if he's got more of a screw loose than Hannibal Lecter, or he's more of an evil genius than probably Bane himself without the giant arms of the freaking crazy mask. But the silent jester brings a wicked smile forward to the ring, colliding for the first ever in singles action with Shingo Takagi.
He's the Joker, baby.
That makes the Joker look like a saint.
Do you have a favorite Joker portrayal?
I don't follow movies enough to follow actors. I just know that Joaquin Phoenix was definitely his own version of a dancing jester, and for what it was worth, he did a pretty darn good job in the movie. This will actually be Jake Lee's second ever G1 Climax, and I also need to correct myself here. In a previous life, Jake Lee did face Shingo Takagi previously in singles action, and back in that G1 in 2024, Shingo won that night.
Oh, okay.
But that was their only ever other one-on-one match. This is their second ever singles encounter. And for Jake Lee, this is his second G1 Climax.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he missed out 2025 because of the injury he sustained from the 2024 one.
Exactly, and much like HENARE, again, as the United Empire has been reforged in a whole different attitude to take over New Japan, Jake Lee has done it without saying a single word. Meanwhile, the Rampage Dragon continues to rise to the occasion as, honestly, the next MVP, not only for New Japan, but G1 Climax we talked about, Ash, Shingo Takagi is still looking for his first. And has been involved in G1 Climax since 2019.
Every year, Shingo keeps getting closer and closer, but yet he just is unable to do it.
And again, the man who is no stranger to this field or to this level of competition. And of course, we already seen Takagi challenge Callum Newman for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship as he's looking to once again get another opportunity at that title and maybe even against his own faction leader now. A man at one point who says, I have no family, I have no faction, could be on the bound of his own family, now married to Natsupoi, and of course a member of Unbound Company led by Yota Tsuji, who now once again has the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. We also got to consider this, Ash. There is one thing that Shingo has to be aware of. That giant killer knee that Jake Lee has broke Shingo's ribs and took him out of action for a couple of weeks. And you could ill afford any sort of injury or forfeit during this. And Shingo's got to be aware of that danger.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because Shingo does not want to get eliminated real quick.
Yeah, of course, Shingo, no stranger to the United States, has already been through the Forbidden Door. Previous, of course, was also a part of Ring of Honor. And to Sandy's point, the reason there are 9 matches, not 10 here, folks, Drew Maloney and Gabe Kidd will start their G1 on July 18th due to Gabe Kidd's heinous behavior that I'm pretty sure has banned him in some areas in America.
Oh, boy, that boy. Boy.
As far as Jake Lee, all I know is he returned at Wrestle Kingdom in January, Ash, and became this silent gesture of his own macabre and has not looked back on his past when he was once a great-looking guy.
Yeah.
No ways we're underway for this contest, and shout out to my fellow horseman of predictions, Mark Griffith. Gotta do a simple set for him again. And stay tuned, folks. You might be in for a surprise later this week with the Cement and the Bat. That sounds like a sitcom waiting to happen. On the Cement's brand later this week. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And once again, we see Jake Lee right now just doing things I don't understand.
Playing some mind games with Shingo. And
I get that, but these mind games sound more tomfoolery than the shenanigans I'm sure that was ensued last night. I hope everyone had a great time, by the way. Con tie up here. Good grief. As I said before, Shingo Takagi has been in every G1 Climax since 2019. This will mark his 8th G1, and Jake Lee right now with the clean break. You think about, again, the fact that these people are also founded in Japan. You think about the flight just over to America. What, like 18 hours or something like that?
Roughly, yeah.
I wouldn't know. I never flew like an airline outside this country.
Same.
I just took a bus up to Toronto. And Takagi right now was looking for the shot. Jake Lee beat him to that. Jake Lee, of course, former GHC champion. Takagi, former never openweight champion right now. And the Rampage Dragon fired up here. You can't go wrong with a Shingo match, though. I just want to say that for the record. The man can't have a bad match.
I was about to say, can you name a bad Shingo match?
When he lost.
Okay, fair enough.
And other than that, as far as the competition, nope.
Right? Shingo is such a joy to watch.
Yeah, and Jake Lee is such a confusing, research project for any therapist to try and watch. Again, Jake Lee, when it comes to him, it's more of a mental match than a physical one. Shingo, though, a man of no nonsense. Of course, Shota Umino learned that the hard way at one point, where he enraged Shingo so much, that man took a pumping bomber to Shota that busted his nose.
Ooh.
Yeah, again, right now you see Shingo using the outside environment. And again, Jake Lee has gotten underneath Shingo's skin for pretty much the better part since Jake Lee's return. Ever since February, after that giant killer knee, Shingo Takagi has been waiting to get his hands onto Jake Lee in this environment. But again, he's never faced the silent jester Jake Lee one-on-one.
Yeah, it's always been in multi-man matches. Oh, there's that knee strike you were talking about earlier.
Taking it right down with a boot, actually, as the Shingo is laid out on the apron. And again, what in the hell? That Fortnite dance, the G1 Climax, Jake Lee! I can't believe I just acknowledged that a Fortnite dance happened in New Japan.
Oh my God.
Gosh.
I think Jake Lee is probably going to be playing the Toriyano role.
Don't say that! Bloody hell! I'm going to have a freaking aneurysm on day one! Damn it!
I mean, it's the G1. Strange things have happened.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong for what it's worth, but I don't need some face to come to reality. Nice sidewalk slam there. Now in the cover, hooking the near leg, and Shingo gets the shoulder up it too. And again, we've seen people with bad stints that have gone the entire distance the rest of the G1. We've seen people win rarely on opening day. And Shingo Takagi right now asking Jake Lee what he's probably doing next, grasping his chest. And again, to your point, Ash, so far we have not seen that giant killer knee. It's almost like Jake Lee is mocking Shingo, knowing that he believes he could hit that on him at any time. And that might be the depth note. And now Shingo going to the elbows to Jake Lee. And again, do not let Jake Lee's clown demeanor fool you here. He is a very dangerous individual. Whoop, was looking for that Yukon combination. Oh! And there's that knee into the front face lock. And again, we talked about before, almost taken out for a month with that giant killer knee. And again, I don't know if he got the full impact of it, Ash, but you see the way Jake Lee right now is wearing down Shingo Takagi, immediately falling forward with that front face lock, that guillotine.
Yeah, he's got it stitched in really good.
And then right now, the referee checking to make sure Shingo continued. Shingo! Oh! suplex takeover, forcing the break. That's going to aggravate, of course, the spine of Jake Lee, but that's also going to probably aggravate the ribs of Shingo Takagi. Again, when your ribs are compromised, bruised, broken, doesn't matter. You can't breathe, you can barely move, you can barely do anything normally.
Mm-hmm.
Now Shingo once again on the move, fired up here tonight. About to say, I want to see Shingo right now surprise me here with somebody I haven't seen before, because it's going to probably take somebody outsmarting at Jake Lee. Oh! What a right hand. With someone that didn't expect, but I don't think Jake Lee expected that right hand as a jaw, Ash.
No, not at all.
Coming forward like a jack out of the box, and immediately got his jaw jacked. Boltin managed out of position here, and Jake Lee hoisting up Shingo on the ropes. Another knee, catching him on the ribs, but again, I think Shingo's arm might have blocked the blunt of that blow. Doing a lot of those damage, though, with those knees is Jake Lee. Now Jake Lee on the apron, look for the PK. Shingo, oh, man!
Ooh, nicely scattered there by Shingo.
Yeah, dropping him face first. Now up in the fireman's carry, and again, Death Valley driver on those spin pads that are there for the protection of the building and not the participants. You always got to think like 2 steps ahead anymore when it comes to Jake Lee. The guy that has literally been on record to say, I am not an honest man. I am a smart bastard. I am a thief to other thieves. And he's proven that since his return to New Japan. Let's not forget the first time this man came in, he was a smart bastard for David Finley's War Dogs, friggin' recruited by Goto before he said goodbye Noah.
Yeah. I'm sure this is so funny because when Jake Lee first joined in, everyone thought for a second, it's like, okay, when he eventually turns on the War Dogs, everyone thought he was going to join House of Torture. Because he is like the most House of Torture coded person within the War Dogs.
With more intelligence to go to the cover by Prince, hooking the near leg for a 2 count. Continue, Ash.
So then when he joined United Empire, we were like, oh, that's a interesting choice.
And Shingo, though, right now with a great comeback here after that superplex and near fall, and right now has Jake Lee at a probable spot. And is it time? Stop! It might be time. I'm not talking about tea time. Shingo right now might be looking for maybe a pumping bomber or a Made in Japan. Pop handle to Jake Lee. Can he hoist him up? Could be coming inbound. You see the urgency on Jake Lee's face. Now Shingo with a knee on his own. One relaxed the days ago there, though. Average whip. Oh, no. Another knee. Close proximity.
Right into the rib. Like the
Snap
chest
there.
area.
And a big PK follow for them. Make any football team proud as Jake Lee might have hit the goal he needed. About to say, I don't know if Jake Lee had much of a football background. I'm just saying.
I mean, he does do a lot of kicks.
Yeah, fair point. Maybe he'd be good for a penalty shootout. And again, you see the way the solar plexus right now rising and falling deeply here as the damage has definitely been done to Shingo. But again, still fighting back out of the clutches of Jake Lee. And Shingo on the move. Another knee catching him on the run. And you see, very rarely do we see Shingo Takagi in a state like this, Ash.
Yeah, in a state of vulnerability.
Whoa! That face break shot nearly connected. Instead, Shingo able to scout it, grab the leg, dragon screw leg whip. Damn, that move has to suck.
Shingo must have done his homework studying Jake Lee.
And no kidding. And following in the sidestep, though, Jake Lee again beating Shingo. Rebound German. Shingo's on momentum, getting back up to his feet, and Jake Lee on the move. Shingo taking him down. Clutch lariat, hugging the near leg. Kick out at 2.
Ooh, that was a close one.
And nearly captured the pinfall there. We've seen it before where Shingo did that, of course, to hold on to the Neverweight Championship. Heel kick. Oh, man. Rebound lariat takes Jake Lee down. That bomber right now pumped up here, and Shingo's still looking for it, but might be looking once again for maybe last up the dragon. Oh! Driving him down off the shoulders. Cover 2. Oh! Shingo Takagi doing everything he can with a compromised ribcage. You can see the frustration coming out of him there as he thought he had him. Would look like a smaller variation, actually, of Blast of the Dragon. Again, I don't know if he got the full effect of that move. You see the fire, though, and Shingo's eyes once again hoisting up Jake Lee, this time for the full, and instead, Kono sleeper hold. And again, ripped off. Jake Lee, though, back up to his feet. Blocks the kick again, and Shingo is teeing off against the silent gesture here, making sure he stays silent permanently. Wait a minute. Pick up. No. What the hell for that? Oh, God. That butt. And again, the eyes. Oh, come on now. Seriously.
Like right in front of the ref, too, nonetheless.
It's almost like he literally just wanted to do that. Again, Shingo on the move, though. Shingo not looking to play Jake Lee's game. Was looking once again for that face break. Foot. Rebound suplex. Jake Lee right now. Spaghetti legs. Jake Lee on the move. Oh, man. Face break shot. Cover. Hook of the front leg. Jake Lee wins.
Well then, I might not be too far off when I say Jake Lee's going to play spoiler after all.
And all it took, Ash, again, was one shot, that face break shot that has put away a plethora of opponents. The silent gesture laughs his way to its first 2 points at the expense of Shiro Takagi, now making the record 1-1 against the Rampage Dragon in singles action, let alone across 2 G1 Climax matches. Again, you may not like the approach, but at the end of the day, he still got the shot he needed to get the win. He used Shingo's fury against him, and as soon as he found the moment, he ran in and took his face off with that face break shot, that running boot.
And that's what that whole thing about him being playing those silly mind games is to get you off guard so that way he can capitalize on it.
Yeah, who's laughing now is the real question.
Probably the United Empire now.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Again, folks, Jake Lee's on the board now with 2 points. Shiro Takagi starts off this year's run in the G1 with 0. The next time we see, of course, these 2 men in action will be on July the 18th. Shiro Takagi will be taking on Ryohei Oiwa, a rematch, of course, in a previous life where, of course, Ryohei Oiwa pursued Shingo for the Neverweight Championship. And on July 18th, Jake Lee will take on the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita.
Oh no. another like juxtaposition of silliness and no nonsense.
Yeah, about to say, and also you figure about this, that's Pro Wrestling Noah versus DDT Pro. And again, you see Shingo right now, forehead to forehead. At the end of the day, Shingo got caught. I think Shingo realized that. You know Shingo is absolutely furious.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna use that to build momentum going forward, especially who his next opponent is.
Well, either way, Shiro Takagi is going to have bad dreams of Jake Lee laughing maniacally at his expense as both these men kick off their G1 Climax, not the way the Rampage Dragon wanted to start.
No.
As we get ready for our next match here shortly. And again, folks, I hope that you are all enjoying the coverage. Again, please tell everybody using the tag at SR Studio 24 that we do this, of course, here for all Face Wrestling Wrestling as we get ready for our 3rd match here with another match from the B block. You want to talk about people that definitely sold out to their own freaking sins and foolishness. Here's the definition of a guy that was once compared by Katsuyori Shibata that gave into the House of Torture's madness, and for what it's worth, he is a former Neverweight champion, but Ren Narita, not the greatest run, it seems, as of late in New Japan.
On the single side of things, no, but as a tag team, it was a different story.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. And again, honestly, what is the plan at this point for House of Torture? I mean, the plan for House of Torture has got to be considering he's the only man representing his faction, the G1, to help Ren Narita somehow push forward here. We saw how close Evil got to win the G1 last year at the expense of Konosuke Takeshita, and it took the house multiple times helping Evil along the way to ensure he wasn't eliminated, including a clutch victory against the likes of Boltin Oleg. And you know that Ren Narita is going to have Boltin Oleg in his sights, as well as Neverweight champion Aaron Wolf.
Yeah, I was like, for last year's final, that was bananas. Like, holy crap, like Evil. I was joking, by the way, when I kept saying Evil in the final.
You're joking.
And then it was just like, oh, almost became a reality. It was like, oh no.
Right? And then, by the way, this is Ren Narita's 4th G1 Climax. He's been involved in the G1 Climax since 2023. Kicking things off with a time limit draw against Roughneck Shota Umino.
I will say this, at least with Ren Narita being the only House of Torture representative, we aren't going to have so much damn shenanigans throughout the tournament.
That's a fair shout. Ironically enough, Ash, last year in opening day, Ren Narita beat Zack Sabre Jr. Mm-hmm. He won his opening match last year. OSKAR, though, of course,
submission, by the way, too.
That's
on
right.
top of that.
Yeah, but again,
like how many people, in the G1 Climax, how many people have tapped out Zack?
G1 Climax, not many, but as far as Ren being Zack Sabre Jr., those two men literally are bloody techers against each other. As of course, they were the ones that were fighting over the inaugural Entry World Television Championship. And of course, Ren was waiting to get his win back since that moment. OSKAR, though, finds himself in a whole different battleground of knockdowns. Of course, the Knockout Brothers have been nothing but a brotherhood bound by tag team wrestling and ambition. And of course, Yuto-Ice's high. As OSKAR now finds himself as a singles player in the G1 Climax. To your point, he didn't have a strong performance in the New Japan Cup either.
Right, yeah. That's the thing about the Knockout Brothers. They are so good together, but how are they separate? And that's what this whole G1 Climax about for the Knockout Brothers. Like, are they good? Are they just as good separate as they are together?
OSKAR, the last time he was involved in a singles match, was eliminated in the first round of the New Japan Cup earlier this year against the inevitable winner, Kyle Newman. This 6'7" freaking anomaly from Germany. First ever German, I believe, in the G1 Climax, by the way.
Yeah, that he is. I looked into it and it's like, yeah, he is so far the only German representative in the G1.
That is a freaking imposing figure. I'm just going to say that right now. Even Ren Narita's got to realize what the hell he's dealing with here.
I don't think Ren Narita's by himself because, as we all know, when you deal with one House of Torture member, you're dealing with the whole crew.
Oh, and again, Ren Narita, so I'm hoping you're wrong for here in America. Maybe something else got to them. Maybe Yuto-Ice, nonetheless. Ren Narita right now immediately on the attack, trying to go after the hamstring of OSKAR. To your point, of course, discipline in leg submissions right now. Of course, big man can't do much if he can't stand on his own 2 feet. Exactly. But OSKAR has reach for his advantage.
Exactly. That's a smart strategy on Ren Narita. Take the big man down. And the best way to do so is by going after the legs, which is exactly what Callum Newman did in the New Japan Cup.
And clearly Ren Narita saw that match and immediately is exploring that same strategy, wrapping the ankle around the ring post here. And again, of course, has referee's 5 count on the outside.
And that also could play into Ren Narita's submission finish, one of his few submission holds that he has.
Yeah, well. or that freaking held guillotine leg drop.
Mm-hmm.
You see Ren Narita rolling back inside the ring right now. Do you continue forward here against his assault on OSKAR? OSKAR, for those that don't know, literally came into New Japan on the behest of David Finlay, former leader of Bullet Club War Dogs, to be the tag team to basically restore consistency and drive in the heavyweight tag team division. And they definitely did that, as they haven't even been in New Japan yet for a full year.
Right? Like, it's crazy how the Knockout Brothers, like, not even like a whole calendar year, became one of the most dominant tag teams right out the gate.
259 days as tag team champions, taking the titles from Taiji and Tomohiro Ishii across 6 successful defenses before losing them to the United Empire's Goto HENARE, who felt that they belonged to them in the first place due to injury and circumstances that cost United Empire chances at those titles. And right now, Ren Narita, driven face first in the apron, and OSKAR on the attack on the outside here. And again, the familiarity, though, with what the G1 Climax is, it almost, I think, does play to OSKAR's benefit. He doesn't have to worry about that fear, that doubt. He doesn't have to worry about what this does to you. He probably welcomes this, honestly. Imagine at some point we get Yuto-Ice versus OSKAR. Oh!
Are they in the same block?
I'm about to say, I don't believe they are, because, of course, let's also keep in mind, OSKAR and Yuto-Ice had to win buy-in matches to qualify for the G1 Climax. And, of course, OSKAR was able to defeat with Knockout Brothers mentality. Oh, jeez.
And
Yuto Takahashi. And it took a assisted one-man KOB, by the way, that allowed OSKAR to advance. And you see right now the attack of the leg. The referee didn't see the chair shot, though, right to the patella.
That shows to the sneakiness of Ren Narita.
That's just the sneakiness and the undeplorable actions of the House of Torture, particularly making a mockery of New Japan Pro Wrestling ever since they arrived on the scene.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm about to say, we're in Chicago, but I'm from Ohio, but tell me what I'm telling lies. Referee starting his 10 count here up to 4. And again, you see the way that OSKAR is grasping that leg, just trying to find a way back up to his feet and break the count.
Barely making it in, and then here comes Narita back on the attack.
Well, you would think, though, again, with the 20 count, OSKAR, and again, it might just be that inexperience or that pride. He could have used a lot of that count to maybe get more feeling back in that. Like, he didn't have to immediately go in there. He went in back at the count of 5. And again, gave Ren Narita the opportunity to continue forward on that attack. And again, for all it's worth, when it comes to talking about the House of Torture is a joke, the House of Torture ain't worth anything on the market. The House of Torture ain't qualified or fit to be in a New Japan ring, especially. Ren Narita, again, is a very accomplished, disciplined athlete, student of Katsuyori Shibata. Many people called this man probably the Wrestler 2.0 in his freaking early days. Brought in as X at one point against Shibata's exhibition at Wrestle Kingdom. That was the potential of Ren Narita.
Yeah, Ren Narita is you can make the argument that he is a student of the game.
And I guess the game he decided to follow was Evil's playbook. And again, for everything that Evil did since 2016, the better part of his career when he was actually more accomplished as a singles competitor since the pandemic, where he won in front of nobody, rightfully so. I guess Ren Narita just wanted to follow more of that because he saw the success that came with it. And again, getting Tonto right in there, and again, kick to the knee, again, drop down to a knee, Ren Narita on the move. OSKAR, though, big back body drops.
How coincidental that everybody calls Evil's IWGP Heavyweight title reign the Darkness reign.
Right.
Not just because of Evil being like the bringer of darkness, but because it was during a very dark period for New Japan as well.
And in general, not the first time New Japan has seen dark ages. You saw the way OSKAR was trying to hoist up Ren Narita, and right now might be a dark moment of things to come as, again, still unable to apply pressure on that leg. Pushing Ren Narita off with the good right leg, though. Again, still slow to follow through. Ren Narita, though, caught with a massive power slam. Even on one leg, set for the right. OSKAR still right now standing in the driver's seat.
He's really bringing in the fight.
I'm about to say, how effective is a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest right now? You see the way that he's trying to get feeling back in that leg, falling forward, looking for that running leg drop, and unfortunately, cutting up a bit canvas, and Ren Narita immediately back on the attack with that knee bar applied on the knee that's been targeted this entire match, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
OSKAR doing everything he can with his reach being his advantage, trying to find a way to force the break at the ropes. And again, Ren Narita, though, was looking to drive the knee down, able to push him out with a single heel
there
kick.
by OSKAR. That was really good. That was smart thinking on his end.
I think the ribs of Ren Narita caught the ropes there, but again, immediately, though, faster on the draw with a chop block to the already damaged leg. Every chance Ren Narita has created has been at the expense of that left leg. For those that don't know, by the way, OSKAR's been involved in this business for 7 years, trained by the likes of the Fale Dojo, of course, led by Bad Luck Fale. I guess now it's Don Fale, though, for what it's worth. And Ren Narita, as I said, only disciplined by Katsuyori Shibata, but also Minoru Suzuki.
Those are quite the names.
And it probably goes back to, again, that submissions background that Ren Narita has. And I don't think it's wise, though, to try and instigate a big German.
Especially, like, using the taunt of his tag partner.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to bring Yuto-Ice in the mix, make a mockery out of his brother, and those who have been brothers in this business for the better part of uh-oh. Oh, boy, am I paying for it? Oh, my gosh.
No, it's funny. The Yuto-Ice taunt fired OSKAR up.
Yeah, but I was saying, he might literally be paying for it. This number. Oh!
Oh, he got him in the guillotine.
Yeah, Shiki dropped down literally into the guillotine. And OSKAR's got to do something here, though, to get that leverage back and get Ren Narita off his throat, trying to hoist him up. And again, does not have enough weight on that leg. And that guillotine is cinched in.
Yeah, he's got him in real good.
Yeah, about to say though, but again, you see the way that OSKAR is trying to break the grip, the strength of the big 6'7" German. Oh man, what an elbow into his own sleeper!
That's one way of doing it. Is like not only does he got that strength, but that reach advantage too.
And again, with leverage on his side, he also can hold Ren Narita much more easily. And it looks like Ren Narita might be going out again. But again, the awareness going back to that leg, a stiff kick to that knee. Almost like a freaking surgeon general here when it comes to explaining the biggest vulnerability here. Got Guzzo. Oh, wait a minute. Victory roll. And again, back into the knee bar. And we're right back to where we started all over again with that leg being attacked.
Had some really quick thinking on Narita's end.
And again, twisting the ankle to the patella. Now almost a modified figure 4 with the wrist clenched. Again, it's also going to swallow his pride here and let Ren Narita take these first 2 points. Again, you can ill afford any injury here right now, though. It's got to be excruciating. Finally does force the break again. OSKAR showing great resilience here, fighting on through this pain. And probably the biggest benefit to OSKAR, as we talked about, he also is the tallest participant in the G1 Climax, which means he can easily find the ropes.
This has been a damn good match. You cannot make this like one of the sleeper hits of the night.
Yeah, about to say.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this match to be. Actually, I did not know what to think of this match, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. Like, damn.
I don't think Ren's gonna like that though. Again, back to the knee though, and looking for the X factor. Oh, pop up. Oh, what a boot turn sideways. Back in the sleeper hold again.
Yeah, he's got it locked in real good.
And again, and now just swinging him out and around, making sure he can't kick him in that leg. And he's gone down.
There he goes. He's got to try to lock him in that grapevine.
Oh, that's it. That's it. He was literally choking him out, Ash. That's it. OSKAR wins.
What a comeback.
I think he literally choked him out.
Right?
OSKAR won.
Like dead center in the ring with nowhere for Ren Narita to go.
And apparently that nightmare choke, much more to its name value than I thought. He literally clutched the life out of Ren Narita.
Yeah.
Ren Narita falls to his own darkness, and OSKAR is on the board in his first ever G1 and G1 match with 2 points. And Ren Narita's still not moving.
Damn, it's like he must have got him real good. Shit.
How about a lethal chokehold that Taz probably be proud of it on one leg nonetheless. Smart move, by the way, by OSKAR. Not only swinging out Ren Narita, applying even more pressure on that hold, but making sure Ren Narita couldn't kick that knee away to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Good grief.
Quite the impressive showing for OSKAR, especially for his first G1 match.
And next time we see OSKAR, he will be in singles action. Will be July 19th. He'll be taking on Madman Gabe Kidd.
Ooh.
2 points on the board for the German. And for Ren Narita, next time we see him, of course, will also be July 19th. He'll be taking on United Empire's Kyle Newman. I'm about to say, I think as soon as you, to your point, Ash, as soon as he insulted the brotherhood of him and Yuto-Ice, there was no turning back on what he did. That was the moment he officially fucked up, and OSKAR was pretty much locked in at that point. The focus on that submission hold was Ren Narita's undoing. Well done by OSKAR.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, God bless you.
Thank you.
And of course, you
really good match. This was really
right. And again, you all can be part of the conversation. Hashtag G1 Climax, G1 Climax 36 or G1 36. And again, let people know we do this here at our studios. Follow us today at SR Studios 2024. Continue updates and coverage, of course, for G1 Climax. Hope you are enjoying this. Thank you so much for tuning in on this fine Sunday afternoon, wherever you are at, as we get ready now for our next match here. As he rolls on here from the Now Arena on G1 Climax opening day. Let's see what we got next. Well, you were talking about his brother earlier. Oh, boy.
Rematch, but in singles form.
Let's get high. Big up. I'm feeling this dude's drunk right now when it comes to professional wrestling, where you don't necessarily think, you just feel. Because when it comes to Yuto-Ice, all this mother effer wants to do is just freaking fight. He's been fighting his whole damn life. Definitely has adopted his own swag and style and popularity in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Ash.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. If there's a certain style that fits Chicago, I think Yuto-Ice's fighting street mentality would be welcome here anytime in the Windy City.
I think the crowd's like really feeling them.
Making his G1 Climax 36 debut as again he beat the Holy Emperor Taiji to earn this opportunity. Listen to this crowd here point.
Right? Like they're digging them. They're feeling them.
I mean, I'm feeling what he's throwing down. I'm not gonna lie, but that's all I'm gonna give you, folks. And of course, Ice, the partner of OSKAR, also trained by Bad Luck Fale in NGPW Dojo. He's been nothing but a brawler and a fighter with an MMA background, also in jiu-jitsu. Been fighting his whole life on the streets, earning everything he can. There's only one Yuto-Ice. And this mentality is literally punch me, I'm going to punch you back even harder. All right. Oh, boy. But let's see how much of those 21 disciplines involves the streets when it comes to the Dominator, Greto Khan, former champion of the British.
Oh, yeah, he was Repro champion at one point.
That's right. All hail. And, of course, one half of the brand new IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. We saw HENARE lose earlier, by the way. Greto Khan is his partner. Could be a rough start here in this opening day for United Empire if Greto Khan loses.
Right? Like, so far, the only United Empire representative with a win is Jake Lee at the moment.
First time that, of course, Greto Khan participated in G1 Climax since 2022. He has been involved in the G1 Climax since. This will mark his 5th. He has yet to win his opening match in G1 Climax. He's lost to Drew Maloney, Kazuchika Okada, Chase Owens. He has not won his opening match since his G1 debut against Tongaloa back in 2021. And the love to Yuto-Ice is not being exhibited for the Dominator of United Empire, Greto Khan, who bears, of course, 1/3 of the 6-man heavyweight championships and 1/2 of the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. And, of course, former KOPW and NJPW World Television Champion at one point. In fact, it was Greto Khan who basically retired that title in saying, make the Ramble an opportunity to seize the IWGP Heavyweight Championship that led Goto to finally achieving the Goto Revolution.
Yeah, and that's what you were talking about, like creating new traditions, and that's became a new tradition for the instead of the Rambo being for a specific title, it is now for the King of Pro Wrestling title. It is now for the IWGP Heavyweight title.
And, of course, Greto Khan has yet to even hold on to that prize. And, again, we've been talking about Greto Khan when it comes to the 21 disciplines that apparently he has and how can he hold them and actually maybe achieving a G1 Climax win. We've also been wondering if Greto Khan is fully in favor of Kyle Newman's leadership when it comes to United Empire. There really is no way to really read Greto Khan when it comes to what this man wants in his mentality and what he wants to be in professional wrestling. But clearly, he's in the G1 for a reason. Now, whether or not is to ensure that Kyle Newman has a better chance of winning the G1 or finally trying to usurp as the leader of the United Empire, that remains to be seen.
That is true, because Greto Khan does not take lightly to the authority figures, as we've seen in the past.
Accurate. Trained by Yushin Nagata, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Hiroyoshi Tenzin, Greto Khan, of course, has backgrounds in karate, judo, ringen, sambo, kickboxing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, grappling, MMA, just to name a few.
This is
Abe-san.
This is A block or B block?
This is A block, of course. In other words, I like to call it Killer's Road, also the experience level road. And for Yuto-Ice, the ultimate high, considering who he's going to face in G1. And it starts off with Greto Khan, his first ever G1 Climax match tonight.
Oh man, it's such a shame Aaron Wolf is not in the same block as Great Okan because holy crap, that would have been a good match.
I'm about to say, Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, I mean, freaking Great Khan probably could throw him 5 different ways from Sunday. Dueling Chancer right now for Let's Get High at Yuto-Ice. Everyone feeling that high, and we get things underway here for our 4th match of the night. 1 fall, 30-minute time limit, and that will be the same rules for every G1 Climax match in the preliminaries. We also need to keep in mind, Ash, the top 2 scores of each block will move on, of course, to a semifinals where top seed, of course, will face secondary of the other block, and top seed, of course, of the B block will face secondary of the A block. And, of course, the winners of those 2 matches will, of course, face off in the finals of this year's G1 Climax. Much like last year. Great Khan right now trying to control the pace and the environment of this match, just stomping away at Yuto-Ice. And again, the level of inexperience and that full throttle, just focus on fighting forward and fighting through emotions of Yuto-Ice might play to his detriment here against Great Khan. Oh, fake out off! And a stomp, and again, Great Khan already saying he's outsmarting Yuto-Ice. Now Great Khan, the movement, Yuto-Ice off! And again, Yuto-Ice literally says, I may not be a hero, I may not be a bad guy, but damn it, I am here to freaking fight. And with me, you're not here to necessarily think. With me, you are here to feel. So let's get high. That's the mentality that Yuto-Ice, who almost preached the gospel, I feel like of his style in New Japan Pro Wrestling, has really taken forward here in form for him that has made him such a favorite amongst the people. He doesn't give a shit. He just wants to punch somebody as hard as he can.
Right? Let his fist do all the talking.
Or that bullet clot knee, and Great kind of aware of it, going to the outside. And again, great in-ring psychology, of course, by Great Khan. Get to the midsection. Lauren utilizing the outside, driving him face first into the ring post. About to say, but the fact of the matter also, we're here in America, it doesn't look like we're going to fight amongst the people, actually. We're actually going to keep these matches tame. To your point, Ash, Ren Narita, that was one of his better matches, honestly, that fought on his own disciplines that he was trained by. And it nearly led to the win. What is Great Khan doing right now, almost going all the way underneath the ring? Duh. And bringing the chair out. And again, he can't use that. If he gets disqualified, he loses.
Right?
Oh! I guess referees' discretion, though, here. And again, New Japan. And we know, again, the personal animosity that the United Empire has towards the Knockout Brothers, particularly Great Khan. Great Khan and HENARE were boiling over to get that win back for those IWBA Tag Team Championships. But again, it's not in the ring right now, so I guess right now, referee's discretion. But I was saying, that's a very good, expensive seat I think someone bought that Great Khan took from the front row, it looks like.
Right.
I was also going to say,
cost like what, $200 maybe?
Give or take, you're still not sacrificing a kidney. All right, now teeing off. Oh!
Not yet, anyway.
And as long and as far it is gone.
Yeesh.
Chicago Codes could use Great Khan for something like that. And of course, Great Khan loves to just take a seat and admire the peasants that are literally just worshiping him in hatred or in respect. Of course, like I said, former Kia Pro Wrestling champion throughout, of course, the 2000 and I believe 23 or 24 year, 2024 year, excuse me, 2-time Kia Pro Wrestling champion. Held that title twice throughout 2024. And of course, Great Khan returned to us to New Japan via post-excursion on the behest of Will Ospreay. That led to Will Ospreay moving forward to the finals, of course, in the New Japan Cup. And, of course, establishing his United Empire as the Commonwealth Kingpin. Hey, look, there's Lager. Again, I do think Great Khan, though, buys in too much to the people, wanting to hear that noise. And I think he does underestimate his opponents sometimes. And again, it has not played to his benefit in opening days of G1 Climax history, particularly.
Right, not just in the G1, but for the New Japan Cup as well.
Yeah, another tournament, of course, that he was unable to win, but he, of course, got eliminated in the first round by Uemura.
Yeah, Great Khan does not have a good track record for opening nights in tournaments, does he?
No. In fact, last year's World Tag League, he lost to TMDK alongside Kyle Newman in the opening rounds. Mongolian chops, though, to the shoulder blades of Yuto-Ice, and Great-O-Khan again, just letting the clock run here, and seeing Yuto at his feet, down face first on the mat. We already saw one unexpected win, I would say, Ash, earlier tonight, to your point about United Empire, as Jake Lee did get the win of Shingo Takagi, and that was not a smart move that Great-O-Khan just did.
No, not at all. He's gonna really get it now.
Clearly, he wants Yuto-Ice to get high and make a mistake. Just literally letting Yuto-Ice square up. Whoop. Oh, come on. Drip Yuto-Ice up. Making a mockery out of Yuto-Ice here tonight in his G1 debut.
He baited him. That's what he did. He baited him, and now he's just laughing like.
It seems like he took a page from Jake Lee's playbook when it comes
to
your opponent. Again, though, if Great-O-Khan takes Yuto, very likely he could pay for that. I'm just saying, he has not won his opening day since 2021 in G1. Already saying that it's over here. And Great-O-Khan on the move. Get to the midsection. Drip down by his head. Hard to the canvas. And Great-O-Khan right now in a world of trouble, grabbing the back of his head and ponytail. Of course, Yuto-Ice was able to find an opportunity there to use Great-O-Khan's own momentum against him. The chance starting to build up here again for Yuto-Ice, who once again just goes in on the attack. Kicks the hamstring right now. Vicious elbows. Great-O-Khan, though, going back to savage tendencies here. Any means necessary. That's been the United Empire's MO as of late, Ash.
Right? Just win as any way possible. Like, no, if you have to do dirty tactics, do so.
What a round kick. Right in the breadbasket. Of course, again, like we talked about, Yuto-Ice has been finding his whole life, but such a proficient striker, by the way, as we saw in that clinic against Taiji.
This could be the opening Yuto-Ice needs. He just needs to continue to capitalize on it.
And right now, just pushing forward here, just stomping a mud hole and walking to dry against Great-O-Khan, and now might be looking to square him up. Previously was denied. Doesn't look like it's going to be denied this time. Calling for the Bomba Clot knee. On target. From Yuto-Ice cover, hooking up far leg for 2 points. Gets a 2.5. And so far, Great-O-Khan's going to keep this match going. But as I felt how good, imagine how good that felt for Yuto-Ice to finally deliver that the first time this match. And of course, gotta be also feeling high after OSKAR getting his first win here tonight. And again, looking for another kick. Great-O-Khan catching the leg. And again, going back after the head of Yuto-Ice, taking a bite out of it. Again, there's no need for this. Seriously, come on now. You're better than this. Oh, what did that elbow? Went for the pump kick. Sidestep. Yuto-Ice, though. Went for a kick. Blocked. Pump kick by Great-O-Khan. And both these men. Oh! And that kick caught Great-O-Khan and took the Dominator down. Yuto-Ice getting the better at that exchange for the moment. And Yuto-Ice is certainly feeling something here, Ash.
He might be feeling a victory.
PK! Up and over. Scores for Great-O-Khan. Now the cover. 2. And gets a 2 count again. Very close to putting 2 points here on the board, on the doorstep here. We saw it took a one-man variation of the KOB that allowed Yuto-Ice to qualify for the G1 Climax against Taiji. Now squaring up Great-O-Khan. Great-O-Khan trying to come out, get out of play. Yeah, Yuto-Ice not going to let that happen, though. Bringing it back towards center. And now sees in his ponytail. And again, you don't mess with Great-O-Khan when it comes to that. And again, Great-O-Khan slowed the punch, swinging a miss. Yuto-Ice with these palm strikes to the side of the head. Khan down to his knees. Went for the round. Again, push the referee. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Almost officially eliminator. It's an Argentine backbreaker. Spin out. Oh. Wow. Brutal airplane sidewalk slam cover for the win. And Yuto-Ice gets the Sharba 2 again. Great-O-Khan can't believe that.
Right? He thought he had it 1 there.
About to say, perseverance is going to show in the resolve that is Yuto-Ice here tonight in the Chicago faithful that are feeling and buying into his high. The first time we're seeing Yuto-Ice's high here, by the way, in the Windy City. And Great Khan right now trying to gather his bearings and figure out what he needs to do next. Again, scientific wrestling, Great Khan's playbook, now clutching Yuto-Ice, possibly looking for maybe that eliminator. A powerful grip, clutching, and I do mean clutching Yuto-Ice's face. Able to break the grip, though. Oh, and a straight right. Clocking Yuto-Ice.
That might have knocked them out.
Yeah, no kidding. Again, on the attack right now, the mandible claw just applied. Just driving Yuto-Ice's head down like a basketball.
Dashing him in, making sure he's does not get up.
Yeah, brutal assault here by Great Khan. You can see the frustration boiling over out of him here. And once again, might be looking for that Iron Claw slam, the eliminator, the Iron Claw applied once again. Calling for Yuto-Ice's demise. Hoists it up. Oh! And the knee to the player, the chin! And his own straight right! Drop Great Khan.
Just giving him a knockout of his own.
And turnabout's fair play. How about that, Hutch?
Right? Exactly, yeah.
Ooh la la, knee! Cover! 2! Yuto-Ice on the board with 2 points!
Wow, they both got a win. Yuto and Oscar both got wins. Nice.
And both the Knockout Brothers with their first win in their G1 Climax debut. Great Khan falls again, by the way, for the 5th year in a row in his opener.
Also, because Yuto-Ice getting the win over Great Khan, do you think that could earn him a future title opportunity to go after the heavyweight title?
Yeah, another thing to your point at the fact we got so many champions involved here in the G1 Climax, including, of course, the target to go out to the IWA champion. That's got to ride in both champion and challengers' minds, especially in a precursor of what is the now. To your point, the fact that we just saw Yuto-Ice beat Great Khan, you know the Knockout Brothers are going to go back after them for the tag team championships, regardless of the G1 Climax results.
Mm-hmm.
And crowd chanting, let's get high. And I don't know about you, Ash, but I'm certainly getting high tonight with the G1's bringing in Yuto-Ice with this victory.
At least that's what the Knockout Brothers have going for them. If they don't have a singles win, at least for a tag team gold, they can easily I think that's what they're probably their end game is. They don't, because they are more focused what they are as a tag team. So they're probably, the end goal for them is to rack up as much wins as they can to earn a tag title opportunity as opposed to just singles gold.
To your point, of course, they were voted Tokyo Pro Sports MVPs of the year for tag team wrestling. But for now, the Windy City belongs to Yuto-Ice. And the next time we see Yuto-Ice in action, it will be on July 18th. He'll be taking on Boltin Oleg.
Ooh, that's going to be a fun drag-out fight.
And Great Khan will be taking on SANADA.
Ooh, that's going to be quite the matchup.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Ash, do you want to introduce our next match, or should I? And you might want to buckle up for what might be the longest match of the night so far, folks.
If I speak, I'll be in trouble.
Well, let's just say, time to ride with the roughneck, dickhead. Buckle up, folks. And we talked about before, there is so much to say about this match, let alone this man, as the roughneck Shota Umino once again arrives in the Windy City.
I figured I'd bust out the doll because I figured I'd bring out the doll. He hasn't made an appearance yet.
Dickhead. Well, anyway, as we wait for the Roughnecks' arrival here, of course, Zack and Shota Umino have very much shaped each other's careers over the duration of the last 2 years. Not their first time, of course, sharing the ring in G1 Climax. As you see the statistic below, these guys are going into their 8th singles match, and the record is 4-3 in favor of Umino. Because when it comes to tournament environments, Shota Umino has more often had Zack Sabre Jr.'s number. Looking for a new start in the 2nd chapter after losing the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship to Gabe Kidd.
Yeah, Umino does a really good job of playing spoiler for Zack. Often getting the better of him.
And of course, he played spoiler Drew Maloney's first championship opportunity at the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship in that triple threat against Andrade Eagle, where Shota Umino won his first piece of gold in his 19th attempt since arriving here in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Has had a bit of a polarization reception when it comes to the audience, both in America and in Japan. As of course, we just saw this man at the Forbidden Door, able to outlast the Bastard. Now Shota Umino is looking for his opening winner tonight against probably his most formidable foe in his New Japan career that has shaped him more than any other here in this year's opening match of the G1 Climax. It was a sickening display, though, as we saw that Gabe Kidd did at the behest of Shota Umino, not only at Korakuen Hall, but also at the presser, literally insulting Hiroshi Tanahashi, the entire G1 field, and New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, that's the thing about Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd's loyalty lies within what company he's signed with. And even Tsuji mentioned about that as well.
I don't think it's the company. I think it's just literally himself. It's Gabe Kidd versus the world. He's his own maniacal messiah.
True.
At the end of the day, Gabe Kidd is Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd fights for Gabe Kidd. Gabe Kidd believes there's the best Gabe Kidd where Gabe Kidd is. And now we got Gabe Kidd in the G1 Climax, Shota Umino's worst nightmare. For those that don't know, by the way, this is Shota Umino's 4th G1 Climax. He's been involved in the G1 since 2023, and he has won his opening match last year against ELP.
Yeah, this is a pretty solid match.
I'm about to say.
I love the story that is like I think it was like a couple of years ago, where ELP almost succumbed to the darkness of joining House of Torture, but Shota Umino showed him the light. It's like, no, you do have friends. I'm your friend. And they formed such a good partnership. I wish they would have continued as a tag team because those two worked so well as a team.
Well, so did Uemura, and of course the Heat Storm and the Roughneck look to blaze their own trail as singles here in New Japan, as Shota Umino still is ambitious to be the next ace of New Japan Pro Wrestling. But there's no argument who's been the ace the last couple of years here. The leader, the frontman of TMDK, former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, not to mention the man that has broken and rewritten tradition for the G1 Climax, Zack Sabre Jr., who enters his 10th G1 Climax.
Yes, ZSJ winning the 2024 G1, was it?
That's correct.
Yeah, challenging at King of Pro Wrestling. I'm like, sure you don't want to be told Wrestle Kingdom? Okay. I will say this. That was like, what, October 14th it was, yeah?
Yeah, that's correct. Ryogoku Sumo Hall.
Man, I had a lot to be thankful that day. Also because, not just because of Zack Sabre Jr. winning that, but that's also Canadian Thanksgiving too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
again,
Canada celebrates Thanksgiving the second Monday of October.
Zack Sabre Jr., of course, who faced Shota Umino previously in last year's G1. Shota Umino won. It took 22 minutes. In 2024, Shota Umino also won. That time, it took 20 minutes. Zack Sabre Jr. did beat Shota Umino when it was NJPW World Television Champion. Took about 13 minutes. Of course, those matches only had a 50-minute time limit. And Shota Umino eliminated Zack Sabre Jr. out of the 2023 New Japan Cup. That match took about 26 minutes. So, again, they have literally graced the clock close to the 30-minute mark every time outside the Wrestle Kingdom match that went over that 30-minute time. And this match very much could go to a time limit draw.
It's possible, yeah. And that New Japan Cup of the New Japan Cup win Umino had over Zack earned him a TV title opportunity.
And the longest match, by the way, folks, was 43 minutes, 44 seconds over the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship when Zack Sabre Jr. is the defended against Shota Umino last year in January. As I said before, though, they've already faced each other multiple times throughout their careers, including one time this year. To your point, Shota Umino eliminated Zack Sabre Jr. in 25 minutes in this year's New Japan Cup.
And that was a very solid showing for Umino as well.
Again, I don't think Zack Sabre Jr. necessarily thinks that Shota Umino always has his number, particularly based on the environment. Again, trends are bound to change. And again, Shota Umino right now, he is fighting really from underneath. Again, just losing the IWGP Global Champion to all people. Gabe Kidd, who's insulted him once again, but also has insulted everything that New Japan Pro Wrestling stands for. And both these men, tip for tap, move for move, was looking for the neck crank side stab off the ropes. Again, for the running boots. Shota Umino on the move again. Kick to the knee. of Zack Sabre Jr. Of course, the frontman doesn't wear knee pads.
No, not at all. And Umino is doing a good job of what the kids say, matching Zack's freak, if you know what I mean.
And Umino has been able to match that for multiple occasions, considering the fact how many times these two have shared a ring together.
Yeah.
And of course, Shota Umino, the son of Red Shoes Umino, trained by Yuji Nagata, Tanahashi, Liger, Tenzin, and of course, the original Death Rider and young boy of one, you might recognize this name, Jon Moxley.
Right.
And the armbringer applied. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. coming off that match of Forbidden Door against Kenny by God Omega. Previous Forbidden Door outings against Claudio Castagnoli, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson, and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Made history while he was IWGP champion, defended that only in Japan, but also in London against the likes of course, Billy Gold, Will Ospreay at one point facing him, and the neck cracked. And again, Umino has been dealt that a myriad of times. Of course, that suffers the neck for so much, including that Zack driver.
It's like Zack was like really planting freaking Umino.
Well, let's be honest here, Ash. It's one of those things where Zack Sabre Jr., he's kind of softened to the idea of I don't just have to win via submission. I can win via pinfall. I can strike with the best of them and can handle being hit. He's adopted to that all-rounder hybrid style. And it's one of those things that we have seen, especially since he become the leader and the frontman of New Japan, fully dedicated to New Japan Pro Wrestling. And we saw that particularly during his run as IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And the second go-around when he was more in business for himself. Again, last year, G1, to your point, was the year of the dickhead.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Zack. It's like he's able to adapt to the New Japan style without losing, like, his identity.
And right now you see Zack Sabre Jr. applying Billy Robinson, of course, techniques here, going for a submission, but watch the mental clock. She changes every 6 seconds. Now into the bow and arrow, wrenching Shota Umino like a horseshoe. And apparently, Elizabeth also letting us know that when Okada won in 2012, the winner of the G1 would have the Taj at NWW's next big event, not the Tokyo Dome. So just a little bit of history for you folks there. But again, primarily when it came to the G1 Climax winner, it was always about going to the Tokyo Dome to challenge for the IWGP Championship. When Zack Sabre Jr. won, though, he didn't want to wait that long because his spiritual home is Ryogoku Sumo Hall. And it was that night that the frontman was crowned.
Yeah, and he also mentions like how he wanted to spice things up because his words saying like how usually this period, much like how everyone's shared, was quite the slow, boring period, and he wanted to make it fun and exciting again.
Well, that's definitely one way of doing it, but again, though, you wonder, did you burn the candle at both ends of the wicks too soon here? And Zack Sabre Jr. showing everybody exactly how he feels about them. Again, the wrestling IQ that this man has.
Sabre Jr.
I'm about to say. So
totally not salty or jealous at all when I say that.
Nah, I'm not going to even comment. Okay. You're fine. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. disciplined only by, of course, Minoru Suzuki, former King of Pancrase, that brought him into New Japan, as those two ran roughshod New Japan and Red Pro, but of course, disciplined by Taka Michinoku and Yoshinari Ogawa. Been involved in this business now for 22 years. And again, we can talk about Zack Sabre Jr.'s accolades all damn long when it comes to what he's done, not only in Pro Wrestling Noah, not only in Red Pro, DDT, WXW, but of course, Red Pro and New Japan. Been a mainstay, though, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, primarily for, I would say, close to the better part of, again, considering this is attempt G1, over a decade. Now Shota Umino just teeing off here against Zack Sabre Jr. in the corner.
Like, people mention, like, how Zack might be AEW bound, but I don't see him going anytime soon. Like, again, I'm not opposed to the idea. I just don't think it's happening anytime soon.
Well, I think also people need to quit with the idea of this person's bound to the Fed. This person's bound to AEW. Those places have more than enough talent where the other companies need to thrive off what they got. Fisherman suplex with a bridge. Almost got him there.
That was really nice bridging suplex. Like, Shota Umino suplexes are really good.
Well, again, like I said, considering that these two have honestly shared more time in ring with each other, Shota Umino returned back from excursion goes back to the testament and growth of the Roughneck, especially in this second chapter. Back body drop, though. Shota holding onto the legs, going for the roll out too. Oh, rolls through, but able to escape is Zack Sabre Jr. And sidestep, drop toe hold, and Shota Umino again on the move, looking to rebound, slingshot. DT crowning Zack on the apron. Jeez.
Really dropping him on his head there.
Talk about the exclamation point.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what Zack looked like.
Feel like time stopped there for a second, courtesy of the roughneck. Wow. And you know that Shota Umino, again, has to be fueled on pride, but also revenge. Not only is he looking to continue his winning ways against Zack Sabre in an environment he knows he can beat him, but he wants to prove a point to Gabe Kidd, who's young boy him on every occasion.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Zack Sabre Jr. clutching, of course, that shoulder. Might have a stinger effect there. Shota Umino sends him back inside the ring.
Yeah, Umino is proving not only he's here because he's earned it. Nepotism be damned.
Yeah, about to say. Well, I mean, again, it was Reshi's Umino that did save his son. Power bomb at one point against Will Ospreay. Jackknife, power bomb, cover. Gets a 2 count. Vicious. Really imagine to turn things around here against the front man. Bloody Taggers of Zack Sabre Jr., who's been involved now in over 2,030 plus matches in his career. And Shota Umino has yet to hit 1,000, by the way. That just goes back to the level of disciplinary action that Zack Sabre Jr. has taken, wrestling all over the world in every possible company and promotion. Hell, 4 different promotions alone during Las Vegas League, and you called most of them.
Yeah. That's just the type of wrestler Zack is. He'll wrestle anywhere, anytime.
I mean, he recently wrestled in my friend's place of the Philippines. I mean, so again, now Shota Umino hooking Zack Sabre Jr. up for a big, I sense disaster.
Ooh.
A front face lock, but Zack Sabre Jr. catching the digits and changing position. What the hell is Zack looking for here?
Zack, what the?
Take a look at this.
Oh, okay.
Iron Octopus, an Inoki special with the use of the corner. Can only hold that for a 5 count, though. Now readjusting position. Both these men still pushing the top. Also forgot, Nigel McGuinness, of course, that Forbidden Door, but Zack Sabre Jr. defended his IWGP World Championship successfully in his own bloody country. Big headbutt. And once again, Zack Sabre Jr. Sons of the powerball out of the corner.
Yeah, that's very rare. You rarely see Zack go off the top rope and do a fucking flip move.
Well, again, though, considering how much these two have tested each other's mental, you gotta plot all the stops, including the stops you're not used to doing.
Right.
It's gotta be feeling good here, though, for Zack Sabre Jr. to pull off something like that to put him back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, no kidding. It's very rare for Zack to go on the top rope. I'm like, okay. It's super simple, but it's so impressive when Zack does it because I rarely see him go off the top rope. So, of course, then again, well, what am I not impressed by Zack? Let's be real.
I'm about to say, that's a whole different conversation for another day. The autobiography of Zack Sabre Jr. will be co-written by our Canadian friend Ash. And Zack Sabre Jr., I mean, maybe I'm just foretelling something. I also just want to point this out, by the way. Zack Sabre Jr. has actually won most of his recent opening matches in G1. He lost last year to Ren Narita. Besides that, he was on a 4. Oh my word!
Oh, what a
4+ opening match winning streak. Big elbow, good lord. Jumping into Guri, Shota Umino rockets Zack Sabre Jr., but Zack on the move. Pinky! Follow through. Man, almost just pretty much absorbed all that. Looking for that tornado DDT out of the corner, crowning Zack again. Zack Sabre Jr. dropped on the top of his head, and Shota Umino again still on the move. Could be thinking. Second try, nope. Captures the arm. And Sabre Jr. in the Fujiwara. Out the virtuous Dion Barrazo here, immediately going after the Fujiwara armbar. Of course, disciplines by the likes of Tatsumi Fujinami. And of course, Yuji Nagata. And right now, maybe trying to clutch the other arm. Uh-oh. Again, we always consider how much Zack Sabre Jr. adapts, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen a Venus de Milo of sorts or a Rings of Saturn thus far, as again, the one arm is trapped, and Zack Sabre Jr. however extending now the right wrist of Shota Umino. This is just human body manipulation and dissection that is just cruel, ugly, and disgusting, and I love it. Again, right now, look at this!
Oy.
Oy. There goes the Kimura and the leg underneath the throat, almost now a headlock with a hammerlock. What the hell?
Umino's putting up a really good fight, and he barely makes it to the ropes.
And tied up 3 different ways on Sunday, and somehow Umino gets his foot on the rope to force the break. To your point, that's the danger in Zack Sabre Jr. He makes a pretzel look like something soft and simple.
Right? Like, God damn, like, Jesus.
Ooh. A vicious stomp to the arm. Of course, Zack Sabre Jr. last time he lost an opening match for G1 prior to last year was against SANADA, and it was here in the States in Texas. And it was via just a roll-up. And Umino catching him! Zack driver by the left jack!
Giving Zack a taste of his own medicine there.
And again, dropping him high on the top of his head.
Hey.
What a turnaround, though.
No kidding, right?
Crowd chanting, this is awesome, and I agree. This is professional wrestling. This is New Japan Pro Wrestling opening day G1 Climax. Shota Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr. Their 8th singles match in their respective careers.
Goddamn, I'm not even gonna say it. This is a really good match.
You can say it afterwards. You can say it afterwards because I feel like Ash is on an all-time high. If you know, you know, folks.
I am so turned on and turned up by this match.
There you go. That's what we need to hear. Eject this in my veins. Have an out-of-body experience. Why not?
This, so far, is the best Zack Shota Umino match I have seen in quite some time. I don't know how they do it, but every match they have with each other, they always one up the previous.
Well, it just goes to show again how much these two are willing to take out of one another to prove a point. Strike knee! Strike knee! Counter up the third leg! Kick out at 2 by Zack. Good Lord.
I like how Zack went to go kick out and not grab the rope because he was within the reach of the rope.
We've also seen how rare Zack Sabre Jr. will go for a rope break. I'm just
saying.
That
is true, yeah. Like, it's the ropes are your friends, Zack. You can use them to, like, kick out. You know, that it's okay.
That's the discipline. That's the discipline that Zack Sabre Jr. has encouraged himself with. Now on the move, pump kick to the arm. Was looking for a pumping bomber. Umino looking for the short range clothesline. Overhead payday kick to the arm. And again, Zack Sabre Jr. on point here. Big uppercut. Again, it's never just one thing you have to do when it comes to Zack Sabre Jr. Snapmare, looking for the PK, follow through. And Shota Umino driven up and over on his feet, though. Unable to get back up to his feet, with just grabbing the second rope. And a lot's been taken out here. What's probably been our longest match so far tonight.
I just love how every match Zack and Umino has, like, Zack is like the ultimate dickhead to Umino.
Well, I feel like he's just the ultimate dickhead in general. Humble in victory, not very humble in defeat, but he's come a long way since those tantrums alongside Taka Michinoku, to say the least.
Yeah.
Elbows to the side of the head. Now Zack Sabre on the moves. And watch out! Watch him out! Hilarious!
Really turning him inside out.
Good Lord! Extension by Zack Jr. Zack driver! Zack driver cover 2 and Zack no! And nearly put down Shota Umino there.
Right, that was very close.
Got the full rotation of that Zack driver, and Shota Umino still kicked out.
Yeah, he just really planted him.
And probably close to the 20-minute call, I think, at this point, Ash. Good grief.
You know when I said, like, America doesn't deserve Zack Sabre Jr.? I take that back. You guys can have Zack.
And waist slap being applied. O'Connor roll. Shota Umino control that Zack. Looking for the double leg Nelson. Zack Sabre Jr. dropped down, though, into the clutch. Sleeper hold applied. Full sleeper hold. Hold in right now for Zack Sabre Jr. Shota Umino locked in center of the ring. And right now, literally, body grapevine here, trying to wear it down the rough neck, maybe for another Sabre driver or Zack driver. The Sabre driver being the more emphatic variation of the Zack driver that we've seen him pull out, including on his way towards his first and only ever G1 Climax win. And Shota Umino trying to fight back, hoisted up. Zack driver cover 2. Zack gets the win. For the first time since G1 Climax 2024, Zack Sabre Jr. wins his opening bout in the G1. And for the first time since I can remember, Zack Sabre Jr. has put down Shota Umino.
Mhm.
What a friggin' match. Recovering and rebounding after Shota Umino beat him in the New Japan Cup. The last time that Zack Jr. beat Shota Umino was literally at Wrestle Kingdom 19, January 2024 in singles action.
To retain the IWGP Heavyweight title.
And to kick off his G1 Climax this year with 2 points. An incredible match. Pretty damn close, I think, over 15 minutes. I'm going to get my stopwatch from now on just to try and give people an estimated time. A rough start, though, for Shota Umino. Nothing to be ashamed of, though. And again, as we talked about, Shota Umino and Zack Jr., the Block B, block of exhibit. That woman almost passed out there. She got the towel, Zack Jr. Sorry,
I feel you, girl. I feel you.
Ash.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I probably react the same. I'm just being real with you, okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, and also Zack Jr. still being real dickhead towards Shota Umino stepping over him. And of course, still so much more to come tonight. The next time we see Shota Umino in action will be July 19th. He'll be taking on Aaron Wolf. Zack Sabre Jr. in his next match will be taking on the Heat Storm, Uemura.
Ooh, that's gonna be a fun match. Zack and Uya.
A very hard-fought battle tonight by Shota Umino, who will definitely be fighting from behind in more ways than one in this year's G1. Well done, though, by both men. That was an incredible match. As we continue forward here in G1 Climax action. Whew-wee. Haven't seen it yet. A bit behind, but happy for Zack. Finally got the monkey off his back. First time he's being Shota Umino in a tournament environment. Very well put. And Shota Umino's going to have a lot to think about, though, on his way back to Japan after this loss. You would think that Shota Umino thought that he had Zack Jr.'s number here, but much as I said, Ash, statistics, trends can change, and Zack Jr. proved that tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. All
right, you cooled down now, Bat?
Slightly, a little bit, yeah.
Just like a little bit. All right, well, let's go ahead and okay.
You gonna be good now?
Well, it depends. What sort of SANADA am I getting here tonight? Because SANADA, I don't know whether he's left Twix or right Twix. And what the hell is he going to be wearing?
Right, it's a good thing Twix don't come in 3s.
Right. But SANADA comes in 6, apparently. After that Dominion showcase, this cold-blooded snake. Still, in my opinion, still very much in the shadows of his mentor, of course, wrestling genius, Keiji Muto. And again, as he said, the whole world is full of snakes. Humans are bizarre human beings, so why can't I be just my own entity? Okay, and I'm sure there won't be a guitar too far behind. What the hell? Wow.
Oh my god.
All that glitters is apparently SANADA. In this gold ensemble.
God.
Making a mirror ball look less classy.
SANADA, the Met Gala was a few months ago. You're a little late to the party. Oh my god.
They're dressed appropriately at the press conference, and tonight anything but. Well, Tokyo Sports just got a unique cover for their fashion magazine.
Right.
What? I did say that SANADA was definitely going to be an entrance at least every match, and this is a hell of a way to kick off.
Oh god, it's gonna make you wonder what kind of getup he's gonna have the next time he comes around.
And I feel like everyone's just going to go on X and literally just do a collage of everybody's SANADA entrances, just one after the other.
I would love that compilation. If someone could make that YouTube compilation without getting copyright struck by New Japan or TV Asahi, please do so.
Bloody hell. Just a prism attire is what that is. Golden prisms, apparently. How many different shards are there to SANADA? That suit tells the story.
Right, probably thousands upon thousands.
It is certainly a different snake, a different breed of his own kind, whether toxic, venomous, or just absolutely exotic. You be the judge.
I do like snakes, so snakes are one of my favorite animals.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this snake, though. All right, here we go. What the hell? Talk about putting me all sorts. Good lord.
From avant-garde to traditional.
The definition of tradition, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and definitely the leader of the old guard is no stronger than Hirooki Goto, to your point, who finally was able to define and bring the Goto Revolution global, including here in Chicago, might I add, as IWGP Pro Heavyweight Champion, the oldest participant in the G1 Climax at 47 years of age, disciplined in this business now for over 23 years. Former, of course, notorious Neverweight champion and record-setting IWGP Tag Team champion, winner of World Tag League 3 times over, alongside Yota Yoshihashi as part of Bishamon, now finds himself in the G1, which I'm pretty sure is a record number of times.
Mm-hmm.
Consecutively, might I add.
Wow, those are quite the statistics. And yeah, Hirooki Goto, as even though he's an elder, to put it politely, he has no signs of slowing down.
Yeah, of course, 1 month prior to the tournament schedule, you figure about what this man's schedule's already been, besides the fact he's been a fighter. First time he was involved in G1, by the way, was G1 Tag League in 2007, and I think he's basically been involved in every G1 since, as I'm looking at his statistics here. Before the G1 was more traditional again, starting back up in 2010 and going forward, I think Goto has been involved in every G1 Climax basically since.
Wow, it's going to be so sad when we get to that point where there's a G1 without Hirooki Goto.
About to say, I think Goto is slightly behind Hiroshi Tanahashi, who of course was in his last G1 last year. Bell rings are underway for this contest, by the way. Of course, 2016, we saw what happened during that G1. Looking to get back to that spot once again as a finalist, of course, back in 2016. For those that don't know, that, of course, was the rise, I believe, of the cleaner, Kenny Omega. As, of course, he lost out in that final, and I don't think he's been involved in the final since. It's not with the hand out. Notice the heavily bandaged right arm and elbow, by the way, Ash, on to SANADA.
Ooh.
Of course, came back after that debilitating injury, still probably feeling that in the show to the point he couldn't lift up a damn toothbrush. Get the midsection and a side headlock being applied here. Picturing Seth Rollins giving SANADA his monthly bill. Jeez. I don't know if I can dig that, Sandy, but you're actually probably accurate. And to my point, he has been involved in every G1 since 2008. Had to pull out, of course, last year due to injury. This is his 18th time right now.
Wow.
Yeah, you see right now, SANADA driving Goto to the outside here. SANADA, of course.
Oh, wait, I forgot SANADA's also a House of Torture representative.
Is he? I mean, I don't know what he is. We saw the time, right? It's a cold-blooded snake. What is SANADA? That's the question of SANADA. Not even his freaking fake videography on YouTube. Explain what the hell SANADA is. I'm just saying. I mean, that's SANADA that you're talking about once freaking hung in the finals of Kota Ibushi.
Is SANADA part of a faction, or is he just like a lone wolf right now?
Yeah, the jury is out. I don't know what SANADA's part of. I just know he's been part of the G1 since 2016.
Okay.
And now bringing back Goto inside the ring. As I pointed out, this is their 7th singles match here. Goto and SANADA are actually 3-3 against each other.
Oh, so this is a tiebreaker in a way.
I mean, sort of. Of course, last year, SANADA lost his opening bout to Yota Tsuji. 2024, lost his opening bout to Jake Lee. And 2023 was the last time he won his opening bout. It was against Hikuleo. And now looking for Milano Collection AT discipline. Paradise Lock applied. And, of course, SANADA knows the keys to that hold to free their opponent.
It's the bum bum.
Exactly.
It's the butthole. That's the key.
They're accurate. Lateral press.
I sounded way too excited about that. I should stop. I'm a mature
You're
adult.
the one that said it, not me.
I am a very mature adult.
We are mature.
No,
where have I heard that before?
I can't even say that with a straight face.
No, you can't.
I
No,
can't
you
even
can't.
prove my own
You
point.
can't. Let's be honest. I'm the most mature member of this family, christened by y'all.
That you are. Yeah, that you are. I am.
Oh, man. Freaking running lariat here. And much to my point.
Goto.
It's sad. I'm about to say SANADA, mostly a man on his own enigma. I mean, you think about it before, this man disciplined by Keiji Muto out of the A1 promotion, came into, of course, New Japan Pro Wrestling as X as part of Los Nabe Japón against Tetsuya Naito, left Los Nabe Japón, formed just 5 guys to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, had one of the longest runs with that title, and then when he lost to Naito, was absolutely forgotten beyond that. Nice big slam there by Goto. Cover, hook on the far leg. Both legs gets a 2 count. And many people have been on point to say that Goto is arguably the hardest man I've ever been hit by in the ring with. You see right now, different environment being felt here after this match here. And SANADA pointing the elbow to the shoulder blades of Goto here. And of course, Hirooki Goto, as we talked about, led that revolution last year, but prior to G1 was taken out due to injury when Zack regained IWGP World Heavyweight Championship at Tanahashi Jam. Hiroshi over the knee. I was saying, and the fact of the matter, though, that these two are so, like, even with each other. SANADA using one of Goto's moves doesn't surprise me. We've seen shades of each different SANADA basically been pulled out here since SANADA's return, much like his match against Konosuke Takeshita when he came back out to Min to challenge for the World Television Championship. A referee's count up to 6 right now. Of course, SANADA, former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion. Finalist, of course, in G1 Climax against Kota Ibushi, previously challenging Kota Ibushi for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship from Facelock applied, draping Goto, and what the words are you looking for here? And oh, jeez, magic screw to the floor.
He's really working on Goto's shoulder blades.
Well, he's probably thinking about that dragon sleeper that we know he loves to use, or that deadfall.
Yeah, that's a solid point. Yeah.
This is the deadfall that allowed him to beat Kazuchika Okada to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and seize that title for the first time ever. But he might take a count out here. Up to 14.
Oh, wow.
Up to 16 right now. SANADA getting so much time off. This might be the smartest move SANADA's done since he returned here. Work less. Inside or outside, though. Again, those 2 points count as Goto was able to get in before the count.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah,
SANADA
right.
mantra.
Oh, another magic screw. This time off the top rope. Now SANADA, lateral press kick out at 2 by Goto. And of course, Goto right now. And SANADA might be looking for that big move up. Whoa! Goto able to roll inside, though.
Yeah, Goto was like able to move out real quick.
Uh-oh. And there's the Uchigaroshi from the original. But Goto can't follow up here, Ash.
No, not at all, because he had like too much work done on that shoulder of his.
Yeah, about to say, the whiplash effect. Goto's head's probably ringing right now, to your point. The last time, by the way, these two faced each other one-on-one, believe it or not, folks, was actually all the way back in 2021's G1 Climax. And SANADA won that night. Up in the fireman's carry. SANADA, though, looking for that dragon sleeper. Got it on Goto. Whoop. Arm drag escape. Fall through. Shining Wizard! And shout out to Keiji Muto, who was so disciplinary in SANADA's career during his time in A1. Looking for dead fall. Goto able to escape. And again, SANADA swing and a miss. And Goto, though, turn him around. Oh! Reverse GTR. Follow through. Big clothesline. Lays out SANADA. Sheesh. The fact of the matter, though, this is also SANADA's second singles match since his return.
Yeah, because he returned at Dominion challenging Takeshita, yeah?
Yes, and prior to that, he returned and assumed we didn't know who it was, so he took off that weird mask and showed us that cold-blooded snake's face. Might be looking for the GTR, but SANADA turning it around again into the Dragon Sleeper, but can he cook Goto? Goto able to slip out again. Another arm drag takeover. Again, the grip is not there for SANADA here. Up the second, springboard, moonsault, better positioning, now has the grip, might have it fully locked in.
That was nice, like moonsaulted right into the Dragon Sleeper. That was really clever.
Taken down into the body. And of course, this is a SANADA that we know very well at his best. But again, the tighter that grip, the more Goto's head can slip out. You just saw the way SANADA repositioned it right there. The fact of the matter, though, that Goto right now in a world of trouble as his head is literally being squeezed like a vice inside SANADA's forearm here, and it might be going numb here. Arm goes down once. And left arm, though, still right now showing signs of life for the moment, though. And again, the more torque here, the more pressure. And again, you see the way that SANADA's trying to apply as much torque as possible.
Yeah, and like Goto can barely fight back.
It's still, though, trying to will his way back in this to win this G1 opening contest, to rebound, not be a part of this tournament since 2024, that consecutive record being broken. And again, though, SANADA, we've also seen SANADA, though, when he thinks he has his point where he wants, he lets go of it, much to my point, and then goes for that moonsault again. Tries to wrestle his own way, and it's cost him numerous times. Looking for that Muto moonsault. And once again, this time fully connects.
Okay.
First, two, and SANADA!
Ooh.
Again, though, was that to SANADA's detriment? Why didn't he just stay with the grip?
Right? Like Goto was just about to give out, like switching out of the Dragon Saber gave Goto a much needed breathing time to kick out.
Look at the deadfall again. Waistlock applied, though, and Goto still showing signs of life here. SANADA trapped in the grips of the Fierce Warrior. Oh, man, what an elbow. It's almost like we're seeing shades of the old SANADA come to light here, it feels like. Stuck between two worlds of his own yin and yang. Again, we haven't seen no dubious means, no guitar. SANADA has been very calculated and approach, as we've seen during his whole career.
Yeah, it's like he's reverting back to his old Cold Skull ways.
You wonder, is that by design because of how much success he had during that time, or just the damage done to that shoulder where you can't wrestle the same like before? Of the fireman's carry, GTW! Get through! And again, Goto's trying to get through this match, unable to follow up. The last time Goto beat SANADA, by the way, believe it or not, in G1 Climax action, was actually all the way back in 2020.
Wow, like 6 years ago.
In fact, those last singles match, Goto won against SANADA. You might be looking to channel the spirit of the warrior here. Has SANADA right where he wants him. Big round kick, and again, though, got SANADA still looking positive for the GTR. SANADA, though, able to trap Goto. Follow through. Shot out into the Shining Wizard again at short range. And SANADA staying on the attacker. Goto, oh, what a headbutt. And a big chop. Just driving SANADA down to his knee. Good grief. What is it going to take to put down SANADA finally is the question for Goto. Up and down. SANADA again, able to escape. Weights lock. Okana row. Double leg Nelson. Got him fully clutched too. Oh!
Oh, wow. I just about got him there.
And again, sidestep. Discus miss. SANADA the move. Pop up. Fireman's carry. And try Wayman position. SANADA trying to fight back though. And Goto in control here, grabbing the arm. And SANADA does not want to be there, Ash.
No, not at all, because this could be the end for SANADA.
GTR! Goto Revolution! For the 2 points.
SANADA.
And Goto gets his first 2 points tonight against the cold-blooded snake SANADA, who brought a heated contest against the Fierce Warrior. Good return, though, from injury, considering he missed last year's G1, and again, good form tonight by SANADA, who just returned from injury. And Elizabeth, a little point here. She's my Chris Sampson. God bless her. 2020, 2023 were the only G1s where SANADA had a positive record. All other times finished under a half-and-half win-loss record here. And, of course, we know how much Sapporo absolutely loves Goto, and we will, of course, be seeing the next time the Savage, Fierce War, and SANADA, of course, will be in action, will be July 18th. SANADA will be taking on someone he's very familiar with, Great Old Khan.
Ooh.
And Hirooki Goto will be taking on Yota Tsuji.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun, never open weight fight.
Considering Yota-Tsuji, I think Hirooki Go and Yota-Tsuji one of the first rivalries of the Gene Blast's return to New Japan Pro Wrestling after immediately taking his chance against SANADA. But either way, the Goto Revolution shows still strong here in America tonight as Goto's on the board with 2 points. Whew. And of course, rematches are bound to happen throughout not only G1 Climax history statistics, but also in New Japan recent record books. And we're about to see another rematch of sorts coming up here next shortly, Ash. And you know that Goto definitely wants to get the original now IWGP version 4 Heavyweight Championship. You know he wants that.
Oh, absolutely. Especially because all of his closest friends, with the exception of Yoshihashi, have all held that title.
All right, well, let's get ready for our next contest here tonight as G1 Climax opening day continues. And I believe we now will go into B Block. The
New Japan Cup final rematch.
Yeah, remember this rematch, folks?
Oh, God.
Buckle up and make way for the Prince as a heat storm looks to scorch the Chicago skyline.
Uemura, you got your work cut out for you.
Yeah, no shit. Considering Newman knows he can beat him.
Yeah, not just that, but oh my God. All right.
Go ahead. Just speak your mind. We got just go ahead. Speak your mind, Ash. Talk.
Uemura, please make this match interesting, because goddamn, Newman's so boring.
Oh, brother. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to come up. Go ahead. Come on, get it out there.
Newman has that same problem I had with Jay White, where the outside stuff is more fascinating than the in-ring stuff.
I'm about to say, Uemura for me, though, is definitely a sleeper pick. I feel like that could definitely go the distance in this year's G1 Climax, though, if I'm going to bring a positive spin of things here. And, of course, Uemura, one of the last men to share a singles match with the likes of Hiroshi Tanahashi, who has shaped the Heat Storm's influences and careers. We're going to become the rising sun in New Japan Pro Wrestling's future.
I can see Uemura make finals. I
Really?
can see him make finals, or at least the semis.
Well, we did see him make the finals of the New Japan Cup, and we also know how dangerous that deadbolt suplex is, considering Callum Newman was cleared 2 days prior to the presser that has allowed him to compete in the G1 Climax this year. Make way for the Prince.
Does he have his royal subject with him, too? Because...
Oh, you mean Zane J or Jacob Austin Young?
Yes.
That's a fair point. Uemura did win his opening day, though, back in G1 Climax 2024 and 2025. In fact, Ash, last year's opening day in the 2025, or not, excuse me, one of the matches in last year's G1 was Uemura against Callum Newman, and Uya won that night in 10 minutes. But we've seen this transformation out of the Prince this year that has led him not only become the youngest winner, I believe, in New Japan Cup history, but the youngest ever IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Callum Newman is actually quite a dangerous individual to deal with.
It is wild that there's a high chance Newman could not only just win the New Japan Cup, but also win the G1 as well.
Yeah, about to say, I don't think I can recall an individual that has done that in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Yota-Tsuji wanted to do that, of course, at one point, and was unable to. And as I said, Callum Newman, he has literally rebuilt the United Empire since the return of Jake Lee in January, which has led to gold and accomplishments for many individuals.
Yeah, it led gold for Andrade, and recently HENARE and Great Okan in the tag title division.
2024 opening day, Uemura was able to defeat David Finlay. 2025 opening day in G1 Climax, Uemura was able to beat Boltin Oleg. And this will be Uemura's third G1. And so far in opening days, Uemura has not lost.
Let's see if you can keep that momentum and statistics going.
To the young man again, the young man from Exodus, disciplined by Will Ospreay out of the London School of Lucha Libre as well. 7 years involved in this game. At 23 years of age, the Prince of Pace, the prince and leader of this new founded United Empire. And we've seen this transformation out of Kyle Newman, where he wanted to be considered more than just a small person. He wanted to be considered more of a heavyweight. He took his first big chance last year against Hirooki Goto for that IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. In the 2024 G1 Climax, he was able to qualify for his first ever G1 out of a qualifying tournament at the expense of Kenta Yoshihashi and Yujiro Takahashi. And he did win his opening match in that year in 2024. In 2025, he lost to Evil. About to say, spinning already Uemura's face. So you can tell these two are ready to get out of the game. We're not going to start slow here, Ash.
No, thank goodness.
And you also got to consider Kyle Newman. Is this also a sense of urgency? Remember, he just lost the IWGP Championship at Dominion, and he also is a few days removed from a shoulder injury. And we've seen Uemura literally injure people's shoulders with his disciplinary style professional wrestling. And again, Kyle on the move, swinging a miss. Don't blink her, folks. Kitchen sink knee in the midsection. The heat storm now off the ropes. Kyle Newman following pace. And again, whoa, man, what an arm track. And right now, Uemura holding things in place right now. Center of the ring. Oh, Kyle Newman able to scout that. Don't look for Excalibur with the double foot stomp. Another deep arm drag takeover. And Uya finally grounds the Prince. Working on that. You can see the tape there, Ash. Heavily exaggerated left shoulder.
Yeesh.
And about to say, Mina goes to the rope breaks. It was Monday, by the way, folks, that Kyle Newman was cleared, much to my point, just literally at Corrigan Hall.
Yeah, just barely in time for the G1.
And about to say, apparently Sandy said he's the reason I took a 3-month hiatus from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Couldn't stand his attitude. To me, it's not Empire. Well, much like what Ospreay says, but also it's no longer his United Empire, but his United Empire to the day he dies. What Will Ospreay started, a new monarch has taken over and created a new violent kingdom.
I love the back and forth on Twitter between Newman, HENARE, and Will Ospreay.
That's fair enough. And right now, driving the elbow. And of course, we will see the Bruv when we go all in next month, August 3rd. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be coming that live here at the Super Reliable Studios. And we'll see if the Bruv finally achieves becoming the AEW World Champion. The match currently set right now. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. But before we get there, someone might seek redemption. We will be covering that, of course, July 26th. Stay tuned for that and so much more here at the Super Reliable Studios. Hopefully to be your one-stop spot for live professional wrestling coverage. Follow us today at SR Studios 24. The Irish Whip, Kyle Newman on the move. And again, the speed of the Prince of Pace when he gets going. There's a reason why he's got that pace moniker. Not a pacemaker, but pace shower.
Yes. Aiming.
And Kyle Newman, of course, very short run, as we talked about, had a season with the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Now standing Uemura up and over the barricade. Uh-oh.
This is not going to be pretty.
Yeah, Kyle Newman might be taking this to the American folks here in the Now Arena. Might be looking to use the environment. Of course, we've seen this how many times lately in New Japan Pro Wrestling, especially on the behest of the United Empire.
Yeah, looking to get that easy count-out victory if needed.
Oh, man, big headbutt. Yeah, right, of course, to the inner lobes. And Kyle Newman, who ended last year's G1, by the way, with a score of 8 points. Yeah, wait a minute. Kyle Newman on the run right now. Whoa! Good Lord!
Drop kick.
Up and over the front row with that leaping drop kick, full throttle, catching Uemura and pushing him back 3 more rows. And again, I'm not sure how wise that was, especially coming off an injury, but literally nothing to chance here, making sure that everyone kisses the crown. You see the way he's filling out that left shoulder, though, but Uemura left in a heap. He got him flushed with that leaping drop kick. The agility right there of one of Will Ospreay's most dangerous rising students. It's amazing how many people Will Ospreay has influenced in this wrestling business and what they've become. Dunk Mark Davis, Kyle Fletcher, Kyle Newman. And now what he's leaning towards when it comes to encouraging the women's independent scene in the UK through Pro Wrestling E for the likes of Mia Yamashita, the returning Kaylee Ray, Chris Statlander, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Alexis Falcon, just to name a few, Session Martina. It's insane how much Will Ospreay has influenced, especially the European wrestling scene.
Mm-hmm.
After 17, Uemura breaks the count. Kyle Newman on the attack. PK, oh my word. That was the side of the head. Cover 2. That was a knockout shot right there. The blind shot you don't see. That could be a concussion possibly. He got him flush right there. Jeez.
Damn near knocked his lights out.
And Kyle Newman, again, right now, does not give a damn about anyone's well-being, but he did show a sense of respect to Uemura, to your point, that tested him in the finals of the European Cup, saying, if you want to wear green, let me know at any time. They're going to kiss the crown. Swing and a miss. Weight slot. Went for the back elbow. Uemura, though, caught with an elbow, though. The Irish whip by Kyle Newman. Out of the corner. Springboard cross body. And we are 5 minutes in. I just heard the first time call, actually, and actually acknowledged the first time call. It goes to show how fast we've already gone in this match.
No kidding, right? Does not feel like it's been 5 minutes.
Good grief.
Okay, that just tells you like how fast-paced both these men can be.
Yeah, but you saw the way
especially.
Newman was slow to follow up there. Irish whip, and again, grabbing that shoulder. Uemura up and over. Ooh, shoulder first in the red turnbuckle pad. Another deep arm drag takeover. Drop kick. Slowing down the Prince. There are certain words you can certainly use for Kyle Newman, but when it comes to potential, that might be at the forefront, considering what he's accomplished this year in his own way in such a short period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And about to say, with that arm, though, I would think Uemura would be the worst opponent for Callum to start with besides Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, absolutely, because the way Uemura just works those arms and shoulder blades it's quite fascinating.
Cover 2, to your point, the hammerlock, and immediately trapping that arm into the Kimura. Double wrist lock applied right now. All the pressure being applied to that shoulder. And you see the sense of urgency and panic right now as Kyle Newman finds his way to the ropes.
Like he could not have reached for those ropes fast enough. Like he was just quickly and scrambling rapid fast to get to break that hold.
Like
especially with the injury on that, especially because of his injury.
Yeah, that shooting pain down the left shoulder of Kyle Newman is displaying itself heavily here right now after the short work done in that Kimura. And again, pointing the elbow with the bad arms. Not a very smart move by Kyle Newman, more of a Pyrrhic move on instinct. You see the way he's grasping that arm close to the inside of his body, and Uemura's trying to seize that. Uemura now, chopped away. Desperation chop of sorts. And again, the waist slot, though, Kyle Newman not creating any distance right now, Uemura. That big right hand, and Kyle Newman's just looking for any sort of escape here, a reprieve. And hyperextend the arm over that shoulder. Uemura once again on the move. Kyle Newman, though. Oh! Wow! Captured down into a rear naked choke sleeper hold.
I was not expecting that. That was very well done.
Yeah, but again, how much pressure can he apply with that damaged left arm? Uya able to roll through, shoulders down for a 2 count. Oh! And again, driving through, spinning elbow with the right arm, with the high kick. Waist lock. Oh, man. Snap German. Kind of on his feet, though. Big pump kick. Able to break through right there and drop kick. Oh, man, nowhere. Both these men down. Whoa. We finally have turned this match down to a speed of 0, Ash, after that split-second fury of counter offense. It's like a split second there, a momentary reaction versus action there on Kyle Newman's behest, just throwing himself into Uemura, who caught him with a messy drop kick. Crowd chant, this is awesome here. Shout out to the person in the wrestler shirt. And the referee calling for both men to get up. But again, you see the way Kyle Newman in a world of pain right now.
Yeah. Like, Uemura's really done some work on those shoulders.
And again, Kyle Newman has literally been sharpened by Uemura. And again, just teeing off, high edge, knife edge chop, almost underneath the throat there of the heat storm, driving into his knee. Obviously, probably looking for Make Way, which was the brand new movie debut to beat Oiwa in the New Japan Cup. Now up in the fireman's carry. Take it down. Oh, wait a minute. Front face lock. Great suplex. Takeover into the armbar. Uh-oh. Again, great defense here, though, by Kyle Newman. Knowing if that arm gets hyperextended, he might need to tap out immediately to preserve his chances down the line here in this year's G1 Climax. Now trying to change position here. Uemura with a firm grip, though. That full extension almost applied here as you see the way Kyle Newman was trying to bridge out to alleviate some of the pressure. Now the shoulder's down.
Oh, nice roll up. And oh, wow. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, about to say, Uya still maintaining grip and position.
Yeah, just like those counters. Hey.
Yeah, that arm might literally pop out of its shoulder if Kyle Newman doesn't capitulate. Up to 10 minutes right now in this match. 20 minutes still left on the clock for this G1 Climax contest, even for me to say. And again, Uemura applying as much pressure as possible, but Kyle able to turn his body to force the ropes. They figure about all the damage put down by Uemura on that arm, though. Yeah, at this point, referee just checking to see if Kyle Newman can actually continue. Uemura, of course, ended last year's G1 Climax in A-block action, losing to David Finlay and ending on 10 points. And you see right now referee Mari Asami checking on Kyle Newman there. And again, we saw this at a point during the match at Dominion, Ash, where it felt like the referee was thinking about stopping, and Kyle said no. Oh, boy. Spitting in the face defiance. Oh, my gosh. And Newman is not going to get no sort of reprieve here against Uemura, who's again going back to work on that arm, especially that spit of defiance by the Prince. That waits like a wait a minute, turning him around. Prince's curse! But he can't go for the cover. Now goes for the cover. Two and come. No. Whoa. That limped arm right now almost at a limp at this point as Kyle Newman was able to hoist the man for the Prince's curse, but did not go immediately for the cover. And of course, Will Ospreay is going to be rooting for his bruv. At the end of the day, that is his student, because Will Ospreay wants this business to be around for generations and generations to come. Attitude or not, if you get results, though, Will Ospreay has to be impressed. And we saw Will Ospreay in Kyle Newman's corner, where Kyle Newman did make history, becoming the youngest ever IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And again, might be looking for Uemura to kiss the crown. And Uemura on the move, able to duck underneath. Whoa, man, Kyle on the rebound. Watch him kiss the crown lariat. Good thing that right arm isn't damaged there.
That's right.
And right now, hoist up Uemura possibly for make way to 2 points. Oh, deadbolt! Deadbolt release suplex, though.
Yeah, just really planting Newman on those shoulder blades. Like, did you see the way he popped up after that fall?
Yeah, I don't think that was intentional.
Hey.
And we know what Uemura is thinking here, looking to scorch the Prince's chance of opening this year. She wanted 2 points. High cross body. Cover. 2. And no. Whoa. The right shoulder able to break contact, Ash. Again, though, Uemura refusing to relent, refusing to not press forward. Once again, Kyle Newman in the drop zone, slow to staggered, waiting for Kyle to get up to his feet in position, high as the sun rises. Looking to fly. Oh, I went for it. Excalibur! The double stop. Now they're covered for 2 points, and Yuya kicks out at 2. Man. Kyle Newman coming close as close can get, driving the sword Excalibur with that driving double foot stomp at Uemura's spine.
Yeah, just go easily. Newman's just going on instinct at this point.
Yeah, about to say there might be literally an overcast coming forward here for the heat storm here in Chicago if Kyle Newman keeps pressing forward like this. But again, slow to follow up, slow to capitalize. A lot's been taken out of both these men. And at this point, Kyle Newman is basically wrestling with one arm.
Right. For real, though, yeah.
Yeah, desperation's gotta be setting in though. Uemura though, fatigue's probably gotta be sitting in. That was anything but a noble gesture right there by Kyle Newman. Not getting any sort of fanfare here in Chicago, Lash.
Sorry?
Not getting any sort of fanfare here in Chicago, is
No,
he?
not at all.
Looking for make way. Whoops, swing and a miss. Went for the back elbow. Uemura unable to hoist him up though. Point the knee to the head. Now hooked up again. Puts his curves positive. Uemura able to escape. Breaks the arm. Oh, high kick. Oh, Pele. Pele kick from Uya. Hurricanrana 2. Oh, man.
Ooh, just about one way with that.
Uemura forward through a full Nelson cover bridge. Oh, my gosh.
Oy.
The Snapdragon suplex with a bridge.
That. Did you see how fast he did that?
It's like sudden impact, and somehow Kyle Newman still had enough wits abound to break away. And right now might be looking to hook him this time for the death vault. And if he hits him this time with it and holds it, Uemura's going to win. Oh, what a driving headbutt. He won it with the G1 1 year ago. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
And again, able to roll through. Make way! Cover, kiss the crowd too. No! But Kyle Newman still pressing forward. Trying to hoist him up in the fireman's carry. For the third time, be the charm. Make way! Make way! Make way for the Prince! 2 points for Kyle Newman. Wow. Definition of a heated contest, pun intended, as once again the same move he debuted was able to extinguish the heat storm Uemura as Kyle Newman makes way here in the G1, opening this year's G1 with 2 points on the board. Credit where credit's due to the former IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Ash. You gotta get credit where credit's due with that.
This was a pretty good match.
A gutsy performance, to say the least, by Kyle Newman, who's going to have to show way more guts going forward with a heavily exaggerated left arm and shoulder.
Yeah, I don't know how long that arm's going to hold up for, especially like how grueling this tournament is.
Well, if Kyle Newman has shown us anything, you will simply make way for the Prince and kiss the crown. Underestimate me, if you will. That's been the MO of the proverbial chip on his shoulder. And every chance he's gotten, he has tried and more so proven people wrong. Made history once this year. Could he do it again? We'll find out as the G1 Climax continues. The next time we'll see Kyle Newman in action, he'll be taking on Ren Narita. The next time we see Uemura in action, he'll be taking on, oh boy, Zack Sabre Jr.
Oh, wait, hold on. Say what?
Oh,
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God.
You heard me.
Well, shit. It's a good thing we're not going to be covering that match now, isn't it?
Well, I mean, unless the people want and your schedule works, because that will be next week, Sunday morning.
Comment down below in the chat if you want us to cover more G1.
I mean, I'm fine with Mr. Shenanigans to cover more G1 Climax if the people want it. I'm just saying, if Ash's game, I'm game. Because that will be literally next week, Sunday morning, in the middle of the night.
Wait.
For now, though, make way as Kyle Newman kicks off with 2 points, and the heat storm is extinguished and starts off with 0. So far tonight, Zack Sabre Jr., Kyle Newman, Aaron Wolf, and OSKAR all victorious out of the B block with 2 points. Ren Narita, Shota Umino, Uemura, and HENARE start off with a goose egg. And again, the first time we'll see Drew Maloney and Gabe Kidd in action will be on July 18th in their opening matches in this year's G1.
As much shit I talk about Newman, I don't know what it is, but just him and Uemura, they just work so well together.
Yeah, it certainly seems like it, but that was a very dangerous match. And again, if there's anyone more dangerous than Uemura right now to face here, it definitely will be Zack Sabre Jr. when the time comes. Oh, and we got Rocker Romero joining the commentary here. Shout out again to Chris Charlton and Walker Stewart again, folks. Noah Foster, Ashley Vincent. We are, of course, the Superman and the Bat. We are your Shinyan Professional Wrestling Commentary Team, and I want to thank you all for tuning in as we get ready for our semi-main events. All right.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point right there.
Yeah, exactly. And we also remember Shinsuke Nakamura was one of the last men to win via submission in his G1. Oh, boy. All right, Ash, get ready for a big, meaty contest full of grit and maybe a grip. Oh, I've been looking forward to this. This right here is just going to be big, meaty slugfest. Freaking little person. Oh, okay. I'm wired for survival. Looks like Ryohei Oiwa coming in here with a newfound attitude and entrance.
Yeah.
This is a different form of a young punk. New sound, new attitude, maybe a new level of accomplishment here this year, starting with the G1. I'm about to say, Ash, you and I were very vocal when it came to Ryohei Oiwa, who's trying to find his potential here in New Japan Pro Wrestling, much like how Kosei Fuja holding on to his, has of course been the youngest winner in, of course, Best of Super Juniors history, and Ryohei Oiwa is still looking for that first singles golden accomplishment. He's been so close multiple times. He's just unable to capture singles gold. I'm about to say, Boltin Oleg and Ryohei Oiwa, I'm pretty sure I've been waiting for this match for quite a long time. To be top guys here, of course, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Boltin Oleg, of course, former Neverweight champion and the current, might I add, talk about titles, strong openweight champion. And of course, Ryohei Oiwa coming back to us from Excursion, Pro Wrestling Noah, the other young punk, part of Zack Jr.'s TMDK faction. Ryohei Oiwa and Boltin Oleg, by the way, on a pre-show exhibition back in 2023, went to a 3-minute draw. That's how much these two have defined one another prior to even Excursion. I feel like Ryohei Oiwa, though, is really going to earn this opening win. I just don't know why. It just feels like something is in the air, because in the early stage of their careers in dark matches, Boltin Oleg always had Ryohei Oiwa's number, or they always went to a draw. They've only faced each other one other time in singles action, and Boltin Oleg won. And ironically enough, Ash, it was last year's G1. Oh, wow. As, of course, this is, I believe, Ryohei Oiwa's second ever G1. Was he in last year's? He was. Okay. I wasn't able to watch all of last year's, except for the finals. It was his first G1 Climax, and he won his way via buy-in at the expense of Satoshi Kojima. He ended off his G1 at 8 points. Of course, Oiwa also earned his chance to be part of this year's G1, beating El Phantasmo. Yeah. From what I've heard, Oya had quite the good showing last year in the tournament, and he also had a good showing, a pretty decent showing in this year's New Japan Cup. Let's see how well he does against Boss. Hey, Red Shoes Umino! Let's go for Red Shoes. Hey. Yeah, we all do about to say, I'm always about Red Shoes. To your point, he made it to the second round before losing to, you guessed it, Zack Sabre Jr. And of course, like I said, Boltin Oleg, no stranger to the United States, despite being the biggest man from Kazakhstan. Of course, winning a championship here in America. As I said, he is the current never overweight 6-man tag team champion alongside Harley Jackson's, I'm looking at Ryohei Oiwa. Boltin Oleg, of course, the current strong openweight champion after beating, I believe it was Tomohiro Ishii for that title, been champion now for 136 days yet to defend it. Coincidentally, in Chicago. At the new beginning. Red Shoes Umino made the trip over the States once again. Let's hear for Red Shoes, one of the most interior referees next to Aubrey Edwards, as of course this match is underway here. And again, these two have been nothing more but filling out each other since the better part of 2023. But Ryohei Oiwa has had yet to get the better of Boltin Oleg. These two are from the same Young Lion class? I'm pretty sure they are. Which is crazy to think about. Right? This is Boltin Oleg's third G1, by the way. His first G1, he was able to win his opening contest against Ren Narita. In his second G1, he was able to win, as I said, last year against Ryohei Oiwa. But opening day, he lost to Uemura. Record of 1-1 in opening day G1 Climax contests here. Notice the heavy bandage right leg, by the way, of Boltin Oleg. Of course, Ryohei Oiwa, this one is actually Jr., he might want to do more than just the grip. He might want to look for maybe a leg submission. And looking for maybe a touch of strength here in the Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Both these men right now, just bulls, just dozing each other, shoulder to shoulder. I do think, though, that the strength that Oiwa might have this year is more of a technical advantage, considering how much he's worked, particularly with Sabre Jr., not only as a tag team pursuing the tag team championships, but, of course, former six-man, never openweight champions, Ash.
Yeah, they won at Wrestle Kingdom in the Rambo. Even though their reigns was very, very short, because
right.
New Japan just loves giving TMDK short tag title runs.
Well, again, what the Naga Brothers were looking for was consistency in the tag division, and they held it down for the longest time in recent memory. To Sandy's point, Ryohei is class 2021, Boltin Oleg is class 2023 when it comes to Young Lions.
Oh, okay. Different classes. Okay.
Thank you for that, Sandy. And right now, Boltin Oleg, big splash off the ropes, cover, 2, count only. And about to say, that heavy girth just falling on you. Boltin Oleg disciplined by the likes of Josh Barnett, of course. Former background in jiu-jitsu, also trained by Blue Justice. Yuji Nagata, still very young in this business, only 3 years involved. Good Lord, what a chop. And of course, we are Oiwa, disciplined by the likes of the Supernova, Pro Wrestling Nova, Kaito Kiyomiya, Hiroshi Tensen, Yoshinari Ogawa, and of course, Zack Sabre Jr. been involved in this business for 4 years. And as youth on his side at 27 years of age, the definition of a young punk. Teeing off right now against Boltin Oleg, and to your point, we've already seen Ryohei Oiwa try and take championship opportunities against the likes of Shingo Takagi for the never openweight championship. Oof. Big shot takes it all right down. And of course, this battle right now, as I said, 30-minute time limit, our semi-main event here. And Irish Women's, both these men represented in the A block. And we have Oiwa driving himself out of the corner with the shoulder block. Follow up with the senton. It's been nothing but heavy offense by both these men so far. Lateral press, 2, count only. Almost powered Oiwa off of him. I'm trying to take over. Yeah, of course, Harley Jackson was looking to make the G1 Climax. Wants to do that before he actually hangs up his career. Big man, of course, from Kazakhstan right now. That would be an interesting match, although, honestly. Harley Jackson and Boltin Oleg. Now I want to see that.
Yeah, that'd be a fun match, yeah.
We saw that fall, of course, with Bishop and Boltin Oleg, of course, when they feuded with TMDK over the 6-weight tag team championship. To your point, they won it back from them. And again, though, we are Oiwa right now grounding Boltin Oleg. It's a smart strategy here, I think.
Yeah, working in those arms for for that grip submission hold of his.
Yeah, about to say, much like Empress Nexus Venus, all rebellion is no more in Pro Wrestling Noah. Thank you for that, Sandy. Of course, Sandy, more heavily founded, of course, in the arc and the style of King's Road, and avid Pro Wrestling Noah follower. And, of course, the ties to Pro Wrestling Noah and New Japan Pro Wrestling are very strong in both those companies' legacies, not just in all together shows either. And you see right now how Ryohei Oiwa is working over, obviously, the damaged left arm of Boltin Oleg here. Almost hammerlocking in, looking for maybe a submission. And, of course, Boltin Oleg with probably a grab advantage here. Might be looking for the kamikaze, but if he's unable to hoist up Ryohei Oiwa then neutralizes one of Boltin Oleg's greatest weapons. You can tell Record Mail is definitely here at ringside, considering he's seen the growth of both these men, particularly Boltin Oleg. And kudos to him taking time out of his schedule. Oh, man.
Yeah, Oleg's really come into his own this year, especially as never openweight champion.
Whoa! That's a messy throw against a modified chop block against Ryohei Oiwa's left leg. You see the way Boltin Oleg's trying to find Philly now in that left arm and shoulder. Yeah, about to say, the fact that we're in the home of the Chicago Bulls, you might be looking at 2 Bulls right here. All right, Irish whip after that rough landing. And Boltin Oleg slow to follow up. Big splash in the corner. And gut wrench. Try to hoist him up. And only was able to do 1 that time. Usually can do like 3 in succession. But again, the damage done to that arm. But again, Boltin Oleg, somehow able to manhandle Ryohei Oiwa. That is a ridiculous show of strength right there.
Right? Like, Oleg might be one of the strongest competitors in the G1 right now.
Hoisted up, looking for the Boltin bomb. And connects cover, hook the near leg, gets a 2 count. And Oiwa is going to keep this match going after being pressed under the girth of Boltin and Oleg. Boltin and Oleg is one of those hybrid athletes with impressive agility with his heavy artillery. The fact that this big man from Kazakhstan at 264 pounds, by the way, 6'1". And Ryo Oiwa is still hanging on. Just want to put that in perspective. There's over a 20-pound weight differential between these two competitors. Again, working over that left arm. And 2 and 3 inches height advantage on Boltin and Oleg's behalf. Oiwa chance coming out of the Now Arena, it seems like here. Again, new attitude. Newfound confidence. I sense disaster. Oh, no, not there. Go big or go home. Go for broke, why don't you? Ooh, knife-edge shot on the apron. Probably was looking for a gut-wrench suplex on the apron. And you don't see that very often. Up the fireman's carry.
Yeah.
About to say, oh, man. Boltin and Oleg shoulder first in the ring post, and I think it was the left shoulder to your point, Ash.
Looking to go for the, looking for like the, I think, what's the name of the Oleg's finisher?
Kamikaze.
Yeah, it looks like it's trying to like that, do that off the apron, but Oya scouted that.
Well, we all know how dangerous the apron is when you travel on the edge of a lightning bolt, considering you're one bad footing away from disaster.
Exactly. That it is very unforgiving for both parties involved.
Hammerlock to the left arm, and again, driving Boltin and Oleg's arm into the ring post, breaking the Ritshu's Umino's 20 count. It might be looking for a 20 count here, or maybe rethinking strategy. Up to 6. Yeah, about to say again, you see how that arm right now is not giving Boltin and Oleg any favors. And immediately pinpoint accuracy with that drop kick. Boltin rolls inside of the ring, but exposes that arm. And of course, we see all the time these fundamental disciplines of the dojo system: arm bars, Boston crabs, neck bridge disciplines. As of course we talk about, of course, the foundation of New Japan Pro Wrestling and the conditioning that they put you through. And again, Boltin and Oleg still trying to show that strength, unable to hoist up Ryo Oiwa, who once again goes back to work on the arm, trying to fight through pain. And again, Ryo Oiwa rolls through, still maintains hold of that arm. And a pump handle. Denton suplex right there. Pump handle, back body drop, cover. 2 on Oleg. Gets a 2 count.
Oya is like able to maintain control. Like that is ridiculous how he's able to do that.
And right now, again, Gamora applied, and to your point, of course, Sandy, disciplined, right command, Don Kyle's family, though, but also a teacher of the NJPW Academy. And again, though, relentless assault by Ryohei Oiwa with the hammerlock applied. But somehow, Oleg still trying to fight through, mustering any strength he has left up on the shoulders. And Dip-Eye Driver there creates separation for the moment. Heavy impact of Ryohei Oiwa, and you see the way that Boltin is immediately trying to get feeling back in that arm, squeezing and clutching the hand and fingers, Ash. Possibly might be suffering from a stinger effect. You can see it literally in Boltin expression. Up to 10 minutes right now in this match. Up the fireman's carry, spin out. Oh! Good Lord! Boltin was on F5, cover, face first, goes Ryohei! Gets a 2 count. It's the first time I've seen him do something like that.
Right?
And verdict might have been drawn there almost for the 3 count, but not enough. And again, the Fedi was able to hoist Oiwa with one bad arm. Goes to the testament of strength and will that Boltin Oleg has imposed. An Argentine backbreaker to your point. Again, though, how long can he hold this with that arm, though? How much is this hurting Oleg versus Ryohei Oiwa? They do a lot of damage here. And again, immediately grabbing that arm, putting pressure back on the upper left shoulder of Boltin Oleg. And again, just rolling through with the steamroller. Short range cover, hook the far leg. Gets a 2 count. Wow. short-range kamikaze variation, excuse me. Because, of course, that's what it is. The fireman's carry over into the steamroller. Shades of K-Megas, you can't escape. And the big man from Kazakhstan channeling that Kazakhstan winter spirit, bearing those extreme temperatures here tonight. Waistlock, Okana roll, maybe looking for Chaos Spirit, unable to stick it. Standing waistlock, German suplex, ball Oleg, low bridge tail. Oh! Uh-oh. Great escape by Ryohei. Oiwa immediately sees in the left arm, Ash.
He's like, the way he was like able to break out of that hold and still maintain wrist control is just wow.
Oh my gosh, and look at the way he's bridging back on it, though.
That was
literally
nasty.
bridging through on his neck.
Jesus, that was nasty what Oya just did.
I have not seen somebody torque a man's arm like that.
Damn.
It goes back to that modernized, innovative offense there. Oiwa has taken this match in a completely different direction. I did not expect when I said that he should be more technical. And again, in and around that left arm. Now another hammerlock applied, key lock for those that don't know. Literally wrenching back on that arm. Well, no, like unable to even get up to his feet. But again, close proximity to the ropes, though, to force the break. And Oiwa adjusting position now, maybe rear naked hold. The sleeper applied as Oleg carries all of Boltin. Boltin carries all of Oiwa's weight on his back. What the hell?
Using that straight to his advantage.
Off the second rope, you've got to be kidding me. Looking to fall backwards. Oh!
No, Oiwa's still able to maintain control.
And you were saying? No, wait a minute, trying to get the grip back. And he's got it tight on it now. And Boltin might be going out here. That might have been his last reserve. And slips it in completely all the way here. And again, chin position. Once again, back to the Kimura.
Oh, there it is.
That key lock. And again, oh my gosh, the wrench, and that is it. Boltin couldn't handle it anymore. Oiwa wins via submission.
So far, we've seen three different, number one contenders built up. We got the IWGP IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team, the Never Open Weight, or Strong Never Open Weight, and no, am I missing something?
Well, I know. Well, as we try to rebound your brain, focus on the thing what just happened here.
Oiwa picked up the win with the submission hold.
That's a statement win. To your point, he just pinned the strong open weight. He submitted the strong open weight champion. New attitude, new theme, and maybe a new course of action, much like Zack Sabre Jr. at one point, who only relied on submissions. If the grip can't do it, maybe a grip on the arm will. Might as well call that the grip lock. What a win for Ryohei.
Yeah, that was crazy. The way he was able to maintain wrist and arm control this whole match was.
Yeah, but I was saying it was in control of pretty much the whole match. To your point, it was 90% Ryohei. And of course, this next one coming up on July 18th, Ryohei will be facing Shingo Takagi.
Ooh.
Boltin Oleg will be facing Yuto-Ice.
Oiwa's quest for the Never Division continues when he challenges the Gatekeeper in Shingo Takagi.
Accurate. A great win for Ryohei tonight. The grip showing a new grip, pun intended, in his submissions game, getting the better of Boltin Oleg. And now we get ready for our main event. As I thank you all once again for tuning in so much, and for Sandy, your analysis and your takes, and also, of course, your bridging history. I thank you so much. And again, if you want us to continue calling G1 Climax, folks, if it works within the time, I think me and Ash will be more than happy to do it all for you. So stay tuned next week and see what happens. But also stay tuned for the Cement on the Bat with a simple session of sorts, maybe, here in the near future. And what's been an incredible night, we get ready now for our main event as Tsuji goes one-on-one with last year's G1 Climax champion, the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita.
So this is the third title contender I'm thinking of, because we got the IWGP Heavyweight Champion facing off the New Japan Television Champion.
Oh man, this is that
and the rematch from this year's Wrestle Kingdom.
And of course, Konosuke Takeshita is no stranger winning here in Chicago, making history. Of course, he was involved in the last match in America with the ace in New Japan, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and defeated the ace successfully. And to your point, Yota Tsuji and Konosuke Takeshita have tested each other's mental fortitude with disciplines and fundamentals. Now 2-1 in favor of the Gene Blast. This is their fourth singles encounter and their third one across G1 Climaxes. Here we go, folks.
Yeah, this was, oh my god, their Wrestle Kingdom match was crazy good. How are they going to top that is, we shall find out shortly.
Yeah, this is the definition. Well, considering we're dealing with the Alpha, who considers the one to show why he is the strongest in all professional wrestling, unifying the professional wrestling landscape, and as our current reigning defending NWA World Television Champion, the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita guy, I think is very much going to take your words, Ash, and fill them with 100 interests. Konosuke Takeshita, again, folks, as Ash pointed out, is last year's reigning and defending G1 Climax champion, after defeating Evil in the finals and moving forward to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship against Zack Jr. and Ryohei Sumo Hall. Much like the G1, is much more of a pressure for the champion to go back-to-back, which has been a very rare occasion. It's even bigger pressure for the opponent tonight that comes in as prime target.
I don't know. I don't get why Takeshita doesn't wear the New Japan World TV title on AEW.
Yeah, but say he does not. He's the face of New Japan Pro Wrestling television. Has been quite a fighting champion. Of course, his ELP, of course, lost that title against Konosuke Takeshita here in the States when it went into overtime.
And they've done, other than his match with SANADA at Dominion, they've done nothing with that title.
I mean, there's been a couple of defenses. There was SANADA, and of course, I'm trying to think, Shota Umino that went to a 50-minute draw. To your point, he's been champion now for 136 days, and he's actually already had 5 defenses with it, including against Yujiro Takahashi and Chase Owens. This is going to be crazy. But it's not about that title tonight, Ash. It's about so much more, because, again, we are looking at the greatest in New Japan Pro Wrestling and the strongest in G1 Climax currently. Get ready, folks. There it is.
I'm just bringing out all my dolls today.
I'm about to say, it seems poetic. And of course, Yota Tsuji, as we saw Ryohei Oiwa demonstrate a new attitude, Yota Tsuji has unleashed a whole new wildfire, thanks to May J, by the way, for that song. As, of course, Yota Tsuji reclaimed the IWGP Heavyweight Championship back at Dominion, version 4, by the way, the greatest title, don't at me,
yes.
And comes in here now, starting off. To think these two men define New Japan this year at Wrestle Kingdom, they now are at the halfway point of New Japan's calendar year in what's going to be the summer of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and once again, these two are going to kick things off.
Long live Tsujiism!
Yeah, considering other people that might have different thoughts, I absolutely agree. Looking to, of course, get his first 2 points here in the G1 Climax. Ready and defending now, IWGP Heavyweight Champion. This, of course, will be Yota Tsuji's third G1. Of course, as I said, these two acts literally shaped each other. In 2024 G1, Konosuke Takeshita got the better of Yota Tsuji in a B-block action.
And this is Yota Tsuji's first time coming in as champion.
And Yota Tsuji, of course, got the better of Konosuke Takeshita in 2024 playoff action for the B block. Oh, this is going to be so damn good. I cannot wait for this. Konosuke Takeshita, by the way, opening day 2024, he beat Yota Tsuji. Opening day in 2025, he beat Gabe Kidd. In fact, that match led to Gabe Kidd's injury and removed him from that G1 Climax altogether. Looking to go 3 back-to-back G1 Climaxes opening day with a victory. I love this song, by the way. And of course, Yota Tsuji, former 2-time IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. And you see right now the belt, that pristine belt being handed off. Red Shoes Umino, of course, will be the official for this contest. For Yota Tsuji, of course. This will be his... Oh, man, there's a buzz here tonight, Ash. Big fucking fight feel for Yota Tsuji's 4th G1 Climax, our main event here in Windy City. We're about to riot! Here we go. The bell sounds. We are underway. Yota-Tsuji lost his opening match 2023. As I said, 2024 opening match lost to Konosuke Takeshita. 2025, though, won his opening match against SANADA. Oh, I love hearing G1 chants. That just warms my heart. This is professional wrestling, damn it. There is no stronger form of in-ring competition than the G1 Climax annually the year in New Japan Pro Wrestling and arguably the professional wrestling landscape. Pushed up against the ropes. And of course, Konosuke Takeshita, former AEW International Champion. Current holder of the World Television Championship. 5-time KOD champion.
Quite a bit of title changes happened over this past week, hasn't there?
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't believe so. As far as, anything with these two men. The only thing that matters right now is who starts the strongest off in their G1 this year. And it's just one of those things right now that Konosuke also would just be primarily focused, I imagine, on the G1 because it is the month-long marathon of endurance. Why he is triple contract, of course, to DD Pro, AEW, and New Japan. And again, there's been a whole identity crisis with him and different faithfulness of wrestling fans across the world, especially in Japan, where he's considered an outsider. I feel like he garnered a lot of respect last year, Ash, not only winning the G1, but moving forward to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
And not just that, but also the heavy importance he helped bring back to the never openweight division as well.
Yeah, of course. I think he was one of the most notorious, not the longest reigning in a single run, most defense successful neverweight champion in that title's history. What Konosuke Takeshita has done in a short stay here, in what was a dream for a young 8-year-old kid in New Japan Pro Wrestling in such a short period of time, is astonishing. And right now, just wearing down Yota-Tsuji here in the side headlock. And of course, at one point, Yota-Tsuji, Konosuke Takeshita, they wanted to fight each other when both of them had gold, and they did that this year at Wrestle Kingdom 20. Irish whip reversal, and Konosuke Takeshita on the move, and once again, Konosuke Takeshita with speed, Takeshita lariat, woo, swing and a miss, Yota-Tsuji able to beat him to it, take over Hurricane Rana to the Alpha. Woof. Yota-Tsuji able to scout that Takeshita lariat. I was waiting to see the Takeshita line fly.
And there he is.
And Yota-Tsuji to your point with the dive to the outside. Tope Suicida fully connecting. And literally just barreling his freaking shoulder into the chest of Konosuke Takeshita. Of course, Konosuke coming off that loss this past Wednesday on AEW Dynamite Beach Break to the Protostar Kyle Fletcher, losing the AEW International Championship. No doubt the Don Callis family is finally in his past, but I'm sure when he goes back to AEW, he will be looking to seize that title after beating Okada for it. Okada, of course, a 3-time G1 Climax champion, or 4-time. I lost count. Slingshot. And right now, Yota-Tsuji seems to be scouting Konosuke. Slow to follow up here. And of course, got to be aware, again, to your point, how much these two have shaped each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now 2-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Big German suplex to the Alpha. Floats over, cover, hook on the far leg, and gets that 2. You know this match is nowhere near over at this point, Ash. You and I both know that.
No, not at all. It's just, it barely even started.
And we filled out each other with a little bit of a touch of strength and then a little bit of agility. And now we're just going to soon enough smash each other in the face.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like Tsuji once again is back in the driver's seat, not only against the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita, but arguably in New Japan Pro Wrestling in what he wants to do in forging New Japan's legacy and history with guiding its future. Now Konosuke is squaring up with Tsuji. Oh! Got down face first. Oh, wait a minute. Looking for maybe a chin lock here. Sits down on it. Shades of an accolade. Or a camel clutch for those that may know it by the simpler form here. Applying pressure with this modified cravat, but unable to hold on to the grip. Now maybe change of position, going into the one arm. And again, we got to figure out the wear and tear also of Konosuke Takeshita since that battle against Kyle Fletcher a few days ago. The fact of the matter that Konosuke Takeshita is one man working across 3 different companies on an insane work schedule is beyond ridiculous.
Yeah, like jet lag be damned, right?
Yeah, accurate. At least for him, it's probably a shorter flight because he went from freaking Florida to Chicago. But of course, after this, he'll be going over to Japan, where of course next weekend there will be more action to come. Now squaring up Konosuke here, Tsuji. Uh-oh. I hear a big shot coming. D! Oh my gosh! Woo! A little bit of a stank behind that one, Ash.
Right? Like that arena was able to hear it.
That reverberated in the Now arena. Holy hell. I mean, Chicago is known to see people slaughtered. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the smile on the face of Tsuji, able to have more happy to give it again. Oh, gosh! The chest is gonna look like mincemeat here pretty soon.
Ryohei.
Now mounting Konosuke here in the corner under the bright lights, pointing the elbow to the top of the head of the Alpha here. Well, the 6 elbows coming into play. And the final blow, now the Irish whip, and Konosuke sent hard into the red turnbuckle. Took the world backbreaker over the knee. Beautiful execution there by Yota-Tsuji. And it really comes down to the confidence that Yota-Tsuji's found since regaining the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, especially with this newfound wildfire, we're going to call it that, based on his new theme.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Tsuji's games has maintained control throughout the match so far. It's just like Takeshi's slowly waiting for that opportunity to capitalize.
Well, it's one of those things, proving yourself you're the strongest. You also prove how much you can endure and how much you can dish back. Disciplines of the King's Road style and strong style hybrid. And right now, squaring him up. Oh, God! To your point on the attack with that flying, jumping knee strike.
Well, yeah, that'll do it.
And no kidding. Oh, no, don't think it's done yet. The Alpha might be looking around for the Chicago skyline. Jumping Saracita. Topic hello, excuse me, from Konosuke to Kashka. Clearing the ropes. Big one flyer miles there. Shades of freaking, you can buy a Chicago all hair. Good grief. And just like that, so explosive to your point, one move completely turned this match around for the Alpha.
Exactly. I was about to say that's one way to turn things into your favor.
And by the way, I don't know if you saw the handprint, by the way, on Yota-Tsuji's Yota-Tsuji on Konosuke's left pectoral. Now, once again, teeing off against Yota-Tsuji this time as the Alpha and Yota-Tsuji push against the ropes, the Irish whip, and off the ropes, and Takeshita lariat connects. Takeshita line. Looking fine here in Chi-Town tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And Konosuke, of course, for those that don't know, discipline in the art of the German suplex by one Jun Akiyama, trained by Tiger's Mask and Yaro Urano. Involved in this game for 13 years at 31 years of age. Yota-Tsuji involved at 32 years of age. The young line of Hiroshi Tanahashi involved in this game for 6 years. Backbreaker, facebuster, went for the stomp, able to escape, back elbow. These two know each other so damn well. Up and around and hook for the big exploder.
Yeah,
Exploder suplex. Lateral press of the Exploder 2. Count on the Gene Blast. Just driving forward. And the thing about Yota-Tsuji, of course, disciplined the Yabe style as well down in Mexico, despite his short stint in Rev Pro, trained by the likes of, well, you guessed it, Ultimo Guerrero and Tetsuya Naito. Of course, welcome in as a member of Los Ganamas de Japón after returning from excursion. And basically taking over for what was this former family. Now the Alpha waiting for Yota-Tsuji to will his way back up as both these two men want to see the strongest out of each other's style. You can see Konosuke right now is poised to strike. Looking to hook him up again for the Exploder. Backbreaker. Gore Buster. There's the stomp. There's the combination by Tsuji. Just driving down the skull to Keshka in the canvas.
Really trying to make a point.
And now Yota-Tsuji, what's he looking for here? The pump handle. Maybe looking for his own pump handle suplex. And Konosuke to Keshka, driving the elbows to the side of the head, creating separation. I mean, again, it goes back to, again, what you can do, I could probably do better. That's probably what these two are honestly looking up for. Oh! Driving down Konosuke's face into the canvas. A lot of damage right now taken to the head and neck of Konosuke. And again, Yota-Tsuji still looking for that German. Standing waistlock exchange here. Who's going to get the better of this? German. No, Yota-Tsuji. Oh, wait a minute. Wheelbarrow. Uh-oh. Oh, sits him a hit to Takagi. Bastard driver. Follow through. Wheelbarrow suplex.
Oh, nice combination of moves there done by Takeshita.
And vintage Konosuke Takeshita if I could take a play. You can feel a rumble here in Chicago. Up to 10 minutes right now in this match. Konosuke on the move. Oh! Ran to Tsuji's knee. Tsuji now looking to rebound here. Sidestep, rebound. Of course, they're around it. Blue Thunderbolt! Cover two! Damn it!
Oh no, of course it didn't win the match.
Shut the hell up, match! I knew that was going to happen tonight. I knew I was going to get caught on that trope. I knew that was going to get caught on that trope tonight. I knew it. I know JJ smiling like a chancery cat. Yes! There's Ash's moment of the night. You're welcome, Internet. Konosuke, though, in the driver's seat here, getting a near fall of that great combination, using Yota-Tsuji's own momentum against him. Nothing but love to everybody here, but damn it.
I mean, who knows? He could hit it a second time, and it could work again.
He never does that. Oh, power drive knee counted by Yota-Tsuji. Uh-oh.
Nice rollover there to the Boston Crab.
The same way he beat Konosuke, lest we forget with that New Japan Dojo fundamental.
Yes, and that's also how he became global heavyweight champion, too.
At the expense of Game Kid, exactly. Oh, man, and dragging Konosuke back to the center of the ring, and Romero was a witness at ringside for this, as Konosuke was literally bent like a horseshoe, the vertebrae literally cracking underneath the pressure of this hold. And Konosuke, though, to his credit, trying to hold strong leverage here. Higher angle, though, more pressure can be applied, but easier to escape. Now, Tsuji, changing position here, hooking the legs. Yo, no way. No way.
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute.
Oh, never mind. That's...
Reverse Styles clash of sorts.
Okay, that's innovative. I've never seen that before.
It's almost like he just bat dropped into his own variation of a Styles bomb. That's more of a power bomb than a Styles clash.
That was very innovative of Tsuji. It looks like he lost his footing there, and he was able to
still deliver
use
something.
the momentum. Yeah, that was very clever.
And it added more pressure to Tsuji's back, if nothing else. Crowd chant, this is awesome, and I agree. As our main event continues to unfold here, G1 Climax opening night in Now Arena, G1 Climax 36. Yota-Tsuji ran defending out the GP Heavyweight Champion. Konosuke Takeshita ran defending G1 Climax Champion. Look for the Gene Blast, sidestep into the turnbuckles, into a Poison Rana! Spikes the head of Yota-Tsuji. Yota-Tsuji, though, on the move, runs into Konosuke. Damn! What a knee strike! Cover to the wing, kick out 2.5.
Boy.
Holy hell! We just saw a car wreck, and that's nothing new in Chicago if you've been on their expressways. And the crowd is on their feet for this, and I don't blame them. That one's ridiculous. This is the G1 Climax, Ashnet!
Mm-hmm.
And Yota-Tsuji might be out here. He might be dead weight. That was like a head-on-head car collision. Full G-blast and a running knee strike. Power drive knee of sorts almost. Oh, wait a minute. Inside cradle. Small package. 2 count by Yota-Tsuji. Desperation might be setting in for the champion here. The IWGP champion. Hoisted up. Raging fire. Able to escape out the back door. Yota-Tsuji, though, looking to hook the arms. What he's looking for here? Backslide, maybe. Test the strength. Konosuke able to escape again. Hoisted up. And again, both these men drop in position. Oh!
Boy, just...
Shota and then a headbutt.
Yeah, that counter exchange leading into the headbutt was beautiful.
Whoop, went for that world-class murder elbow strike. Silver lining! Cover 2! No! Just a 2 counts. I don't know necessarily he got the full effect of that silver lining, considering he's still probably loopy from that knee strike.
Yeah, that was just like a head-on collision right there.
Crowd chanting G1, and I completely agree. This is professional wrestling. Damn it!
Oh my God, I'm loving this match. I think I like this a lot much more than the Wrestle Kingdom match.
And in fact, this is the main event of tonight's show, not a
Yeah.
semi-main
No
or a
kidding.
double main. They are the main event, the closers. First time in G1. Here's where these two close a G1 Climax night. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. And Yota Tsuji squaring up Konosuke. Driving him with that running knee in the corner. Explosive offense at the ready on either man's behest at any given moment, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Tsuji has a position for Marlo. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, that could have ended horribly.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, no. This might end bad. Konosuke, look it up, Yoshi. I sense disaster.
Oh my god, he's gonna try to thunderbomb him through the top rope.
I mean, it worked against Kenny Omega. Why do you have not?
Sure.
It's there for the finish. Oh, big headbutts to the side of the head by the Alpha. Just braiding Konosuke to Keshka. Fire headbutts off by the Alpha here. And oh, dear God. Oh, no, 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 no. Please be careful. Please, for the love of God, be careful. Both men up to the top rope. Holy shit! They both fell backwards.
Yeah, that was probably like the best thing they could have done.
Avalanche Russian leg sweep.
Yeah.
Wasn't even a flatliner. They both just fell back first to the canvas from the top rope. Double down count now by Red Shoes Umino. Again, if neither man can answer the count of 10, this will be considered a draw. I don't want to see that for this. This is too damn good. I want to see a winner. These two continue to one-up each other. They answered your point earlier, by the way, Ash. And you know Red Shoes doesn't want to see this and a double count out. Up to 9! Oh! Oh! And
I love the selling of like Red Shoes. It's so adorable.
And Red Shoes like, okay, no, okay, because Red Shoes knows the spirit of these two men. He knows what G1 Climax means more than anybody in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And Konosuke and Yota Tsuji will not take anything less than a decisive decision here tonight in their opening bout at the G1 Climax. Oh, man. This is a big elbow right now of everything Konosuke has left. And Yota Tsuji entering in kind with one of his own. Both these men looking for whatever reserves they have left, Ash. It's a favorite pitch right now to see who gives first. Both men staggered up to their feet. Big elbow connects by Konosuke. Yota Tsuji, though, trying to stand off in this stand-up strike game. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Right?
Oh, man, grit your teeth for that one. Rocked Yota Tsuji down to a knee. That's one of the things, too, about these type of exchanges. You don't grit your teeth. You can literally risk being knocked out, especially if you don't wear a mouthpiece, which we know that these men do. Big elbows now in kind. Ooh, and another one. Oh! Big super kick right the out of the second rope. Now, this is the danger, though. It changed the positioning.
Takeshi's firing himself up.
Change the attitude here. Test your might. And Tsuji right now being answered in kind. Back and forward elbows here from the Alpha, left and right, teeing off against the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And big one wind up. Oh! Oh, my Lord.
He just responds back with the shot. And down goes Tsuji.
I meet your shot with a world-class elbow. Holy hell. And now this time Takeshita takes the pad off. Looking for full impact. Oh, but the knee. Oh, and clots Tsuji with that one. That might be the knockout shot that Konosuke needed, excuse me.
Yeah.
And now literally willing Tsuji back up into existence and the will of the people and his fighting spirit to set him up for that driving force for a power driving spear! No!
Oh my god.
That's the danger with Tsuji, though. You give the man distance.
Yeah.
And he can hit you with that out of anywhere.
Hey.
Oh, man. That was just sudden, full throttle impact.
That was instinct on Tsuji's end too. Like he saw him coming, he was like, I'm just gonna go shoot my shot.
Remember, they're gonna shoot his shot again. And looking for the... Oh! Squared him up with a power drive knee cover. And one! Konosuke is out at one! No, 2 count! How do you find this resolve in you?
Even Tsuji can't believe it.
We're 20 minutes in this match, Ash!
For what?
10 minutes left!
Oh, wow.
And his forearms though, and Tsuji once again on the move. Chain Blaster!
No, man.
Cover! 2! Solo!
Boy.
How
He almost turned
the
it inside out with that. How was Takeshi able to kick out?
Surviving 2 Chain Blasters! Being put to his absolute best and finest! Squaring up Konosuke again! Pressing Chain Blaster! Could it be for the 3? Yes, Tsuji got it!
Hey. That was like a rolling variant too. It's just like, nah, if I'm gonna hit it the 3rd time, I'm gonna make sure you're done.
Damn right!
Hey.
The messiest of impacts with a sideways collision, full rotation off that Gene Blaster, finally puts down the Alpha in the best match so far this year's G1. Over 20 minutes of insane high endurance, strong style of action. And the reigning and defending G1 Climax champion starts with 0, while the reigning and defending IWGP champion looks to create more history and starts off with an incredible 2 points.
Hey. What a main event. What a main event.
Well, what an act to follow when it comes to the next day, and what a freaking way to kick off their G1, leaving everything out there.
You know, kidding. Like, wait.
That's there. You could call Konosuke Takeshita maybe the strongest professional wrestling, but right now, he is really testing himself to see if he can still be called Grade 1. Yota Tsuji, an incredible main event, an opening win here tonight at the G1.
Proving that he is proving this is why I'm the champion.
And of course, this is why you gotta step your game up as well. This is why just ride with me and see what I can do in New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is what Yota Tsuji's mission statement and vision for New Japan has always been about.
Take a good look at that IWGP Heavyweight title, Chicago, because you ain't going to see that ever again. As long as Tsuji's champion.
Well,
he's not going to defend it in America.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you
that.
That's
what I was getting at. That's all what
right,
I was You didn't let me finish, man.
You have got to say. Anyway, the next time we see Konosuke in action will be July 18th. He'll be taking on Jake Lee. The next time we see Yota Tsuji in action, he'll be taking on Hirooki Goto.
Ooh, that's going to be a fun match.
It looks like the Gene Blast, as tradition in New Japan events, the main event winner closes the night. Chicago! G1 Climax. About to say, I enjoyed the hell out of the night. Holy hell. Woo!
Me too, Tsuji. Me too.
And accurate. Bloody hell. You want? That's fine. It was hottest summer. Toughest summer. And accurate. Oh. It's a hard knee strike. Yeah, you think he clocks you.
At least he's selling it. At least he's selling the damage done.
He's going to be feeling that tomorrow. I guarantee you that. Woo! And stay tuned, folks. We'll show you we'll give you our closing remarks and opening scores for the day as well. Once this done. Are you ready? G1! I know for sure I am. Okay. Okay, let's light it on fire. With this wildfire that is scorching the earth, led by Gene Blast, Yota Tsuji, everyone will be chasing him in this year's G1 for sure, Ask. And Chicago has had their fair share of fires, but I think they enjoyed enduring this place tonight of in-ring action. Yota Tsuji standing triumphant at the end of opening night here, bearing the IWGP Championship and looking only forward all the way up to making history to winning maybe this year's G1 Climax and controlling the history and the legacy and his destiny when it comes to the IWGP Championship.
it makes you wonder, like, if Tsuji happens to win the G1, who do you think he's going to pick as his opponent?
I mean, there's so many choices. We talked about, of course, the connections with Shingo Takagi. We talked about those that have pushed Yota Tsuji. Many people you can call his rival, like Uemura, for example, I think is a key candidate, considering how much those two have shaped each other. At one point, one literally losing their hair, might I add.
Yeah.
It's really a whole new world, open world in New Japan Pro Wrestling when it comes to Yota Tsuji sees who wants to prove who's stronger than him. But again, in the G1, it's not about being the strongest. It's about being above the strongest, being grade 1. And why Konosuke may have lost his opening match, he's the one right now that you have to prove you are more than stronger. You are grade 1. G1 Climax 36, folks, is officially underway. The opening day, the opening results are now at a close. As, of course, Yota Tsuji embraces the New Japan faithful in the Now Arena. I want to thank everybody who's been watching along with us here again. If you haven't already, subscribe to Barry for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. Follow us today at SR Studios 2020 if you haven't already for continued New Japan takes and all professional wrestling watch-alongs, cover shenanigans, interviews, and further conversations. You might get more of the Superman and the Bat. I think we have a special surprise ahead for y'all later this week. We're going to talk about that more closed doors. Stay tuned for that shortly. If you haven't already, you want to learn more about the G1, what it's about, go check out the G1 Climax 36 Batty Bracket Breakdown exclusively at Barry for Wrestling and also at the Superman's brand. As the summer is just now truly heating up, as we are now fully invested and we are fully engaged in this year's G1 Climax. Before we bid you all fine adieu, Ash, let's go ahead and break it down, and let's go ahead and remind people what the results were for tonight. In the A block, as you can see right here, Konosuke Takeshita started off with 0. Hirooki Goto was able to accomplish 2 points. And Oleg also, unfortunately, ended up with 0 via submission, with Ryohei Oiwa showing us a new grip, quite literally. Yota Tsuji, of course, leaving the stage now, just getting the win against Konosuke Takeshita. Shingo Takagi, unfortunately, Jake Lee can laugh maniacally and happily in victory. And of course, SANADA and Great Okan, they lost their respective matches as Yuto-Ice, Ryohei Oiwa, Jake Lee, Yota Tsuji, and Hirooki Goto, they all start off as right now with 2 points.
Yeah, this was not like it's very interesting how for like the United Empire front, how Newman was able to get the win, Jake Lee was able to, but not the current IWGP Heavyweight Champions.
Yeah, and about to say again, HENARE, I mean, he got his bell freaking rung here as I now bring up. And of course, you all can watch the backstage comments in Japanese and English. Courtesy of NJPWorld.com today. Become a subscriber for $9.99. You remember that magical number? I sure do. Probably the only service that still does it right. And of course, in the B block, we had, of course, Shota Umino, Uemura, Ren Narita, and HENARE. They all ended up butt kiss. Today's leaders right now are Kyle Newman, Zack Sabre Jr., Aaron Wolf, and OSKAR. And of course, Gabe Kendra Maloney will have their first match starting on July 18th.
Yes. We got quite the showing for us, the newcomers in Aaron Wolf as the never openweight champion. Callum Newman looking to make history by being the first to not only just win the New Japan Cup, but also the G1. And Zack regaining much needed momentum and confidence after that loss to Omega at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, being shown for the first time in singles action since literally January last year and under a tournament environment nonetheless, which has been more often Zack Sabre Jr.'s undoing more often by Roughneck Shota Umino. Now, honestly, Zack Sabre Jr. might have got the biggest threat to him out of the way.
That too, yeah. And he also got more threats coming up as well in Callum Newman. And who else is on, like...
It's basically everybody not named Shota Umino, but to your point, Newman, 2 men, proud men from the England area. Prideful, of course, on their global development, of course, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, coming to us from, the United Kingdom, one from Exodus, one, of course, from London. Dickhead. Drew Maloney, of course, also London strong. Of course, recently re-signed with New Japan, of course, this year. And again, folks, as you can see by this calendar, you see the dates, you see the way the matches will unfold. Shota Umino's next match will be against Aaron Wolf, Uemura's next match will be against Zack Sabre Jr. He's been
That's
waiting
who I
for
was
this
about to
one.
get at. Because especially like the technical bout those two are going to have.
Yeah,
And also, not to
see.
mention, Narita is another one, too, that Zack's want to get a tournament win back from as well. Because Narita beat him in the opening via submission of all things. So Zack ain't going to let that slide.
Absolutely not.
When he does get his hands on Narita, oh, you bet your ass he wants to tap that boy's ass out.
Oh, with a vengeance and then some. And of course, Drew Maloney, as you can see by there, Drew Maloney will have back-to-back day actions. Kicks things off against Gabe Kidd, and then has the Face of Fury HENARE waiting for him on the 19th. And then, of course, Zack Sabre Jr., as I said, will be taking on Uemura. Kyle Newman will be taking on Ren Narita. And, of course, I already talked about Gabe Kidd, Drew Maloney. We talked about pretty much everybody here. As you basically look at one side of the bracket, across that diagonal, you know the next matches that are coming up, as of course OSKAR will be taking on Gabe Kidd on the 19th after Gabe Kidd takes on Drew Maloney on the 18th, and Aaron Wolf of course will be taking on Roughneck Shota Umino. And of course, if we look back at the A block again, as you can see here, we have Jake Lee versus Konosuke Takeshita, Hirooki Goto versus Yota Tsuji, Yuto-Ice taking on Boltin Oleg, and Shingo Takagi taking on Ryohei Oiwa. And we'll see if this new grip leads maybe Ryohei Oiwa to finally beating Rampage Dragon. And again, just because someone has 0 in the start does not mean they can't go the distance the rest of the block. We've seen it how many times over, especially with favorite names and previous winners for that matter, Ash.
Exactly, yeah. And with Jake Lee, if wanting to continue this momentum, if he does happen to beat Takeshita, he could be next in line for that TV title.
Yeah. And again, the biggest thing, of course, here we have to consider is anyone that beats Yota Tsuji can be a prime candidate to challenge for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So again, are you ready? I know I'm ready, but again, you won't be ready again until the next weekend, where maybe we cover the G1 Climax again. So if you've all enjoyed this, let us know in the comments down below. Follow us today at Foster1916. Follow Ash today at Shoutout. Find us at Cements Brand on YouTube. Find us at Bag for Wrestling on YouTube. Let us know if you want more G1 Climax action. I'm going to post these scoreboards on my community tab. And again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in to our annual tradition that has become the Cement and the Bat when it comes to G1 Climax bracket breakdown and opening day action. It is absolutely a pleasure, and it's an annual thing I look forward to each year. So again, Ash, arigato. That being said, thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. Until the next time we are on your screen, either on YouTube or on the X, bringing you some form of professional wrestling delight or insight. Like I said, later this week, you might be in for a simple surprise session. We'll talk more later. Yeah. But I hope that you all enjoy it. Again, you all continue to make it possible. We thank you all so much. And again, if you haven't already, follow us at SR Studios 2024. On behalf of my Canadian friend, Strong Style Defined in Japanese professional wrestling, lover of the Blade Techers, and this dickhead. And again, on behalf of me, if you want to find me, if you choose, there it is right there. For Ash, I'm the Cement Noel Foster, reminding all of you to make a positive impact in life. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time here at the Zibaba Studios for more G1 Climax action. For this is New Japan Pro Wrestling, the king of sports streaming. Goki Genyo, sayonara, bye-bye. That's for you, Ash.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.
I had to give her one last one.